This episode is brought to you by the Smile Death Lifestyle brand, a small brand trying to live big dreams. With fresh new winter gear that just dropped on the website, check out www.smilexdeath.com for all sorts of swag, stickers, and car fashion accessories. We also just dropped the Smile Death Car Shop Kuroshi collaboration windbreaker. Again, that is www.smilexdeath.com. What the fuck is up, everybody? It's your boy Damien. Hello! It's me. We are on episode 37, which is really, really cool. And we have a special guest tonight. We're going to be doing a really cool podcast. But in the meantime, let's start the show by bringing in our co-hosts. The one and only, starts with a C, ends with a bigger C. I don't understand what that means, but I said it anyway. Mr. Chad Chima Husky.
Hey, buddy.
Dude, somebody yelled at me for power metaling your name the last time. I think they were like,
really?
Bro, they were like, rip headphones users or something like that. Because I was like, I power metaled the fuck out of your name, and they were like,
that's true. You speak like such a man sometimes.
I'm a man.
You know, it's just
I'm
this
not
is
a
how it
man.
is. And if you're gonna complain about it, don't listen. That's what I say.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Oh,
Find another podcast with next to no viewers to listen to.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
I love it.
You
22 in the chat already. What is up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. I guess it's time to bring in that other guy. He's known as...
We could literally just leave him out of this.
Let's leave him out the whole time. What if he sat there the whole time, though? That'd be fucking even better. Just in the chat talking shit. Just...
You know,
we already got a good comment. Come with a K. I like it. What is up, Steve?
Yeah.
What is up, everybody? Yeah, we could never leave him out of it. He's too special. You know what I mean? So let's bring that boy in, Lord Shiny Pants himself, who's going viral with his new stickers, Mr. James Carper.
Chima Husky! Is that the rip headphone you're talking about?
Rip to that fucking guy. That's so funny.
The guy's dead now.
Yeah.
We really do love our viewers.
Yeah. Love you guys.
40 beers for episode 40. I don't drink, so I don't know.
40 beers is a lot, dude.
Holy shit.
I'm in.
JDM Will is in here. Hell yeah. This is fucking awesome. It's good to see some familiar faces, but it's also really cool to see some new ones. So yeah. The LSP thing that fucking Rio made for you with the little feet is the best thing ever. Yeah, that's the fucking
hilarious.
Yeah, super good. I was dying. He's so creative. He just does stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's fucking great.
He's very good.
So let's get into this. This is episode 37. We have a special guest tonight and old-time friend. We've known each other for a really long time. I don't actually know how long, so I'll have to figure that out. But she is very influential into the women's drifting and also just drifting because she's bringing something, different to the good old community. So let's bring her on. Alexis from DK Ladies League. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Yes.
What is up? Welcome. So, you ready to get weird?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Don't give Damien that power. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, way too weird.
Yeah. No, we've known each other. We have a pretty good rapport. Where did I actually end up meeting you?
I want to say it was Poconos.
Okay.
Maybe like 2016.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. I can't really remember. Yeah.
It all kind of blends in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. It just ends up like morphing, which is cool. That's the other cool thing about like, I don't know, the drift community. It's like you'll meet so many different people. And then if you even stay in touch just a little bit online or whatever, when you see them out again, even if it's like 6 months to like a year later, it doesn't seem like a big deal. It doesn't seem like times even like went by that much, you know what I mean? Because we follow each other on Instagram and all the other social media. So I see what you're doing. I see all this cool stuff. And it's just like, you get that face to face, but it's still like, hey, what's up? It feels like we just saw each other like last week, which is really cool. Really, really cool.
All I know is that you had very long dreadlocks when I first met you.
Yep. And then I didn't. And then I did again.
That was crazy.
Right? So many people were blown away with that. Yeah, they were like, "What just happened?" Am
The
I
hair on
like?
your head is fake.
It is kind of. I mean, dreadlocks are basically fake. You know,
Are
it's
you a
just all.
bird?
I am a bird.
Which are also fake. I see where you're
They
going. with
are.
that.
We got makeup and motors. Yes, queen. Hell yeah. We got Alex in the chat. Let's get weird. Oh, we're gonna get weird. Whoa, how did this happen? Absolutely. I
You've been
didn't.
hacked.
That's fucking weird.
Hide your Twitch. You do not want to know the things I'm gonna stream.
Look, how did you do this?
It's Lene like upstairs on your phone.
Dude, that doesn't make any yeah, I don't know. Oh, I think I get it. You guys have the power to do that now, don't you?
So I don't. Okay,
Oh,
I thought I
God.
was typing on the Smile Death YouTube, and it typed as you. So I was
Perfect.
like, even
Perfect.
better.
So
And that time it posted on both. So I don't know. It's just all fucked up.
yeah, I leave it to all. So also, we are probably going to be joined by some Twitch viewers. They're going to be a little confused because they have no fucking clue what's going on. So this isn't really like announced on, on the Twitch stuff. And I kind of like it that way. It's just organic. It'll grow hopefully through like the other streamers that want to watch like our Assetto Corsa content. But if they're on there, they have the option now to watch the, the live show, which is kind of cool. So I don't know how to break that down. Eventually, I'll probably be able to see who's, how many versus YouTube and whatever. But for right now, fuck it. We're just gonna go with it. Speaking of Twitch, Alexis, you're on Twitch too, aren't you? You do a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You have the
Assetto
gamer girl
Corsa.
headset.
I do. Yeah, I got it for Twitch. Yeah, very into the Assetto Corsa. Haven't been playing it as much lately because of school, but I do like Twitch.
What are you doing at school?
Ooh, I knew that was coming.
I'm in my senior year right now for the welding program, getting an associate's degree in welding. Got 8 weeks left. Cannot wait.
Terrible skill.
That's it.
As James is my welder.
I'm welding like all week.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's really cool. And you're welding currently now too. Like that is your job, right? Like
I am.
You're already working doing it. Okay.
Yep.
And is that once you get like the degrees and stuff, does that help you move on to other places, or do you even get like raises at your current place? Like once you're like, is it like a certification? I don't know how that stuff works. James, are you even certified to weld?
I got like 7.
Did you go to school?
I mean, sorta.
I was gonna say, I don't see you going to school. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
James ain't certified. There's no way.
I mean, he's a certified forklift operator.
That's true. Ladies love forklift operators.
It's
do.
true.
That
It's
is
the only
true.
reason I'm you ever see this, sir? She's like, all right, I do.
That's fucking funny.
I get it. You're a big deal.
But yeah, for as far as the welding goes, I'm a production welder right now. My goal is once I graduate, I have an application in for the pipe fitters union, and hopefully going to be doing that. So that's another 3 to 5 years of schooling on top of the apprenticeship. So
That's good. That's good work. What do you or like TIG stick? We're gonna talk welding now. Everybody can
Hey, this is awesome because James doesn't usually get to talk that much. So
I told you I was gonna sit here like this.
If he doesn't know the guest, like personally, he kind of just he chills and he'll ask some stuff. But yes, talk welding. Let's go.
Yeah, so I do all three. I do TIG, MIG, and stick. For the pipe fitting, it's going to be mostly stick and TIG. But right now at my current job, it's like 90% TIG welding, stainless steel, aluminum, mild steel, and a little bit of MIG welding. And I guess tomorrow I'm MIG welding aluminum, so that's going to be interesting. My first time doing that.
My least favorite type of welding is MIG aluminum.
Yeah. I'm like not really looking forward to it because I heard it's like super messy, smoky, all that. But I really like TIG welding aluminum.
My favorite.
That's probably my favorite. Yeah,
that's the one that looks really nice, right? It like looks like super pretty.
It depends if you're welding it or not.
I mean, it's never gonna look good if
I like to think any type of welding can have a beautiful art to it.
Fair enough,
but not if you're doing it.
Weld porn is a real thing.
I love it. I do love it. I know nothing about it, but like when I see like stacking dimes or whatever they say, I'm just like, fuck yeah.
Stacking dimes.
Is that what they call it? Dimes, right?
this semester we're doing all pipe welding and learning how to like walk the cup, and that has to be the most satisfying. It's really hard to get a hang of, but when you do, it is like the most satisfying, and it looks so pretty. It's all like weaved. It's great.
Dang.
Yeah. Oh, that's like I know what you're talking about. Like on the nice, yeah, they're like going back and forth, and it looks like that is pretty. That's fucking.
I was just
sick.
welding some 4-inch carbon chilled water piping this week.
That's
Good
sick.
stuff.
No idea what any of that means.
Yeah, you don't have to. Me
Good
and
for
her
you,
do.
James.
Me and her do. So it's all good.
Hey,
So-
this is. Go ahead, Chad,
Like-
because I have something too.
I don't know like anything about welding, but I do know one of my old coworkers got into underwater welding. Have you ever messed with that? I heard it's super lucrative, and it looked like, to me, it just blows my mind that you're welding in water.
That shit is
So
crazy.
they have 2 schools in the country that do teach underwater welding. They used to have 3, but one of them in Florida shut down because someone died in the school
Oh
learning.
my!
That is how
no
dangerous
way.
it is.
Wow.
And like I'm all set with that. Like honestly, I'd rather deal with like I'm scared of heights, but I'll deal with heights over being underwater because that's just like
Yeah.
the lifespan, like considered the most dangerous career.
Wow.
It is.
I didn't know
and
it was
it's
that
great.
dangerous.
It's
That's
crazy because of that, and I want to do it so bad. And Brian's saying, I'm just making shit up. That's true.
I
But,
wish
like, you work like 3 months out of the year, make like a fuckload of money, but then die like 40 years early. You know, it's awesome.
That's
Like,
true.
That's the
It's
dream.
awesome.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you like get in, and if you make it out and you're able to stack a bunch of money,
Right.
you like get in for a little bit, stack a bunch, then go become a normal welder for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your fucking resume looks baller as fuck because you're like, yeah, this is what I'm coming from. I'm just gonna come do little shit for you guys, but yeah, that's
Honestly, eventually with like the union, I just want to stack a bunch of cash, get some cool car stuff done, you know, and then I would really like to do cages. That's really what I want to
That'd be
do.
cool.
cool.
Do
Yeah.
any other fabrication besides that, like intakes and whatever?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Mhm.
just feel like for me I'm so small that like getting into a car and like that's probably going to be something that's good for me versus someone who's 6'5", you know.
You have a benefit, that's for sure.
Yo,
How tall are you?
4'9".
Okay. I was gonna say I'm
You're
not
like
that much
this
like
big.
past you,
Yeah.
but I got a
James
couple
is just a little guy. He's a little
it's
fella.
it's basically this.
It is.
Actual size.
Yeah.
Yo, I will say, as I just painted my fucking cage and trying to climb in there as a 280-pound man was a fucking nightmare. I hurt my back. It still hurts. And I'm sure I missed every spot possible because I was just uncomfortable. So, damn. 1, I wish you lived closer because I would have been borrowing you. And 2, yeah, that would be pretty sick because you'd really be able to get around the monkey bars. You know what I mean? To get in there and fucking actually complete the cages, unlike some of the other cages we saw where they're not welded all the way around. Yikes. Yeah. No, that's cool. So did you get into welding because of your interest in the car stuff, or was it just like something? What was the influence to get into welding?
So it was really random. I was teaching piano lessons at the time, and one of my piano students' dads was like, "Hey, like you're kind of into the car thing. Do you want to take this $100 adult education welding course where they go over all
Oh,
3
no
types
way.
of welding? It's once a week for 6 weeks. Take it with me." And I was like, "It's $100, whatever. I'll do it." I really liked it, and then didn't really do anything with it, but I got this random opportunity back in 2018. There was a startup company, hydraulics company, and like my second cousin was one of the owners of the company, and they needed a welder. And I was like, "Oh, I really want to do this, but I don't know anything about welding." But they needed all their benches and like frames and stuff all welded up first before they
Yeah.
could even do the work. So they took a risk on me and like hired me on board, and then they had me start welding like these hydraulic cylinders afterwards with like no credentials whatsoever.
Hell yeah.
Like working on cranes and stuff like that. Like it's amazing no one died, but
That you know of. You know what I mean?
I haven't heard anything yet. So
Yeah. That's crazy. You know, I've always thought like if I could go back in life, I was thinking about this the other day. imagine just like bullshitting on a bunch of resumes and seeing if there's a company that would take a chance on you. And half the time when you get in there, you can kind of like, you can fuck your way around a little bit to be like,
Figure
all
it
right,
out.
yeah, you can figure it out. And then like just keep doing that to see how high and how fucking crazy up in the world you could get by just being a fucking bullshitter, That'd be so funny.
It'd probably go pretty far.
James
My
is-
life.
yeah. Before I forget, speaking of welding, James, I need you, buddy.
Okay.
I am very impressed with
Let's do
myself.
Saturday.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah. I'm going to try it myself. You guys have
Okay.
just inspired me. James, I don't need you. Fuck off. I'm a welder now. So
There you go.
yeah, no, I just honestly, so, the reason I asked what got you into it is because of things like I at Final Bout, I smashed the wall, like, on purpose, and it was cool. At Vibes, I hit the wall and I tried to be smooth with it, but it wasn't that cool and it really fucked some shit up. And I was able to push that back, and literally I just need to tack weld that. So I was thinking, what got you into it? Was it the necessity? Because I can't weld, I literally call James for absolutely everything, but I want to learn. So I didn't know if it was just you being like, oh, I'm doing car stuff. I'd love to learn how to do this myself, instead of relying on others. But that's just cool that, you got the different opportunity and it worked out. And now it seems like you're kicking ass. Like, I love watching your stories and stuff and seeing how far and like your advancements and stuff. And that also brings us into another thing. So you did, and of course we'll talk about it in sections, but, so your history, of course, in the automotive scene is you coordinating events and doing all that stuff. But besides that, you do like workshops and stuff. And I saw, didn't you just recently have another workshop? And was that a welding workshop? I know you've done a welding workshop, right?
Yeah. So that was not this past weekend, but the weekend before,
Okay.
the wifey material workshop. So that
Yep.
was me, Sky, and Julia Danforth. And it was half automotive, half welding. So we taught some like basic skills, like how to jack up a car. Julia did a full brake job demo where the girls who literally from start to finish did everything.
Mm-hmm.
I did how to change a tire on a tire machine.
Nice.
And then at the end of the afternoon, we did a little bit of TIG welding and a little bit of MIG welding. So these girls have never touched a welder before. So they're just, running beads and stuff.
Right.
But we have another one coming up in the summer that's going to be welding only. And one of the schools up here in New Hampshire is letting us use their welding lab for it.
Wow.
So
that's
that's
awesome.
going to be cool.
Yeah. Hell
That's
yeah.
sick.
That is
Fucking
sick.
lab.
Yeah. I gotta, that's super cool. I mean, one that like you're teaching the basics. I wish we could almost do that. And I know that you're doing this, based around women in motorsports and stuff, but I almost feel like the community needs a generalized thing for like when a 16-year-old that's just getting into motorsports or whatever, like that's important stuff. And we still see them at the track doing like sketchy shit. That sounds like a good business opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. You guys need to have some stuff like that. I feel like us girls have all the fun, and you guys are just like, I don't know, button heads all the time. So
That's so true.
talking
No,
trash on the
yeah.
internet.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Everybody needs to be the best. No one can teach anybody how to be better. That's how it works.
Pile up podcast welding classes when? You mean James as a teacher would be fucking hilarious.
Could
by
you
the way.
imagine? We'll do it
He
at
goes,
the shop.
"No."
You do a little bit of this and
Yeah.
put a little bit of this in there.
That's funny.
Oh,
good.
it's all good. So I was kind of like put on the spot at the workshop because we were going to do a diff demo, but there were like, we didn't have the plates ready for it. So I didn't go over any of the safety, and like, I just like got them on the welder, and one of the girls is like, do I need gloves? I'm like, oh shit, yeah, let me get you some gloves.
Yeah.
No, hold on. We're gonna stop there for a second. You don't need gloves.
Oh yeah. So if
You don't
James,
need gloves.
This is James's class right here. Here we go.
this is James welding anything on my car.
Yeah.
That's all I hear, and I'm like, and it's always great. You know what I mean? It looks fucking really good. But he's
all
like,
about hand positioning.
yep. There's usually a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He has like a open can of propane in the other hand. You know,
Right next
like,
to you.
Super safe.
Super
Nothing
safe.
to worry about.
Yep. I love and him grinding stuff. There's no glasses. There's nothing.
Oh my
just
god.
literally
Oh,
cutting
he
stuff.
never-
That's yeah.
That's the glasses right there.
All right, I gotta stop you right there because so I always wear safety glasses even underneath my welding hood. And tell me why, even though I did that, doing
You still got
overhead,
it in? Yeah.
I had to get a piece of metal drilled out of my eye last year.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
It was
Exactly.
the worst.
So
You
why
had
do you do it if
both
it's gonna
of them.
happen anyway? According to James.
Here we
No, so
go.
you had
Let's
both
see.
on, and you had the glare of your safety glasses behind your welding lens, and it still fucked your shit up. Like, I don't
Just
know.
don't wear anything. There
Yeah,
you go.
Exactly.
Oh, you're fucking funny.
Listen, I cried so much that when they tried to do the vision test, I couldn't even read like the first, like the big letters because I was
Aw.
just so
Holy shit.
scared.
Oh, I hate eyeball stuff. I couldn't even imagine. Yeah, I couldn't
Worst.
I
imagine
go to
that
the
at
eye
all.
doctor tomorrow.
Do you
Can't
really?
wait. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
They're not drilling.
Yeah.
Nope, just a checkup, thank God. Unless they see something bad, so I guess we'll see.
Getting some new peepers.
Yeah, bro.
Dang.
Some new
Nice.
peepers.
I like it.
Eye implants.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Did anyone tell you if you get like real bad weld flash, put potatoes on your eyes?
I heard that.
Yeah, you just like slice potatoes and put them on your eyes and go
Like
to sleep or some
cucumbers, like you're
It's-
trying
yeah,
to do.
shit. Potatoes, shit like that, like because the moisture and the fucking stuff.
Does it matter like what kind of potatoes? Can you use like sweet potatoes?
I don't know. I never got it.
Alright.
You never got welder's flash?
No. I do
Really?
this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. James is out looking at the clips, just
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm looking at the sun waiting for it to
Yeah.
close. Like,
Oh, I fucking love that.
I don't know. That's
Um,
what they say. Anyways.
No, that's cool. Yeah, so the wifey material stuff, that's really neat. So what are and we're kind of forward tracking because I want to get to that, but this is perfect segues. What's the future for wifey stuff? Like you have a couple more classes and are you going to keep going with like a similar fashion or do you have like cool goals and shit like that?
So we have a lot of random opportunities that have come up since doing this first one.
Mhm.
Like people have been reaching out to us already, which is a little bit scary because it's like, oh man, so soon. There's a woman-owned shop in Pennsylvania that wants to host us.
Ooh, like welding stuff or
Welding and automotive.
is there a name to that? Because I think I actually saw that somewhere.
Her name's Ashley. I think it's Buralt. I'm not
Okay.
100% sure the name of the
Mhm.
shop. So there's that opportunity. Lady Driven New England wants us to do a very, very basic, like how to check your oil, how to change,
Mhm.
a spare tire, that kind of thing
Mhm.
for the girls of Lady Driven New England. And then we'd like to start having like at least every other time or like once a year or something like that, have a guest come on that has like their specialty. So there's a woman that we know that does pinstriping. So that'd be like a
Ooh.
really cool thing for the girls to learn. And
Yeah, hell yeah.
there's girls that do specialize in body work, powder coating, that kind of thing. So
No, that's super cool. See, I think guys, we're fucking up.
Are
Like we are. This is all cool shit. I would love to go to like a class and watch some like master pinstriper like teach that art.
Yeah,
Or-
but like we're guys, we can't share knowledge with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That is true. Everybody keeps their shit under wraps.
Yeah.
Me. Just me. Yeah, that's super cool. I'd like to do some welding stuff and yeah, I want to learn more. I mean, I'm like I should know so much stuff being as old as I am, and I feel like I know nothing, literally.
I think you know a lot.
I don't
Don't
know.
sell yourself short.
I
He
feel
just
like
forgets the things he knows.
that's it.
I get that.
That's
'cause
it.
Same. but-
There you go. I mean, I can't even remember like names of shit. Like Rio keeps posting like really cool like Japanese drivers and stuff, and I'm like, I know that, but I don't know the name anymore. Like I'm gone. I can't. My memory fucking sucks. But no, I feel like we are fucking up as a community. Like I feel like drifters in general, that should be like a thing. Maybe tracks should start doing some of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like having at their clinics, I think that kind of stuff would be really cool to be like an absolute beginner clinic would be really cool. Not and for all sexes, but like I remember like a couple clinics, there was literally like a kid that's like, yeah, I've never even done like a burnout. It's like he should learn how to jack up his car. He should,
Burnout clinic
like
would be sick.
a burnout clinic. You can just go in the city, I think,
Oh,
right now.
is that what those are called?
All right,
Yeah.
good. I'm
Burnout
glad we got there.
It's not a yeah. We're not doing a takeover, guys. We're just doing a burnout clinic. It's okay.
No, I agree. I think a lot of people need to learn how to jack their car and like
That's what
put
I'm
something
saying.
underneath their car, like
Mhm.
tires or something, so they don't
Yeah.
get crushed by the weight of their life, you know?
Yeah, like literally, like beginner clinics would be really cool. Like they're still going to be driving, but the first half of the day is like learning some shit.
Yeah, but like, and maybe this is a stupid question. Maybe it's not. Who's gonna pay for that? Like,
A lot.
really?
Yeah.
Would people pay for
So
that?
so
Because you
here's
can.
here's the thing. There's a lot of parents that bring their kids to the track like early. Like when I help out at like let's say just RSD, when I'm helping out those clinics, there's so many parents that come up and talk to me later on that are like, "Thank you so much for taking the time, blah blah blah." Like he can't even drive on the road yet, you know? Like I feel like they would be super into that kind of stuff. Realistically though, personally, I think driver's ed should be fucking teaching all that hands-on shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like we're just
At least how to
watching
change
dumb
a tire, you know?
it's bad. Like they just watch videos. That's it. They just watch
Yeah.
videos. Like, you know what I mean? There's no like real driving stuff. It's really scary. But
Mhm.
I'm glad I don't have any kids and I never will because I don't have to deal with that. But still, I think driver it should start with driver's ed and they should have all the basics. And then it should come down to if they want to get into motorsports, there should be like a motorsports beginner clinic that teaches you all the basics of safety and situational awareness, which is not taught. You know what I mean? So that you don't think about it. And then they're just drifting right into another car because they don't even understand, you know? It's like just a good classroom. But either way, I'm not going to keep going on a tangent because I will. So I'm going to shut my fucking mouth.
I love it.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, Chad, what's up with your internet?
Dude, I don't know. I thought I fixed it like a couple days ago and it was fine. Because playing
Mhm.
games, it's fine now. But according, I guess, for streaming, is just, I,
It's so
I
weird.
have
You
no
have,
idea.
you have like a supercomputer too, which is
Yeah,
great.
I do.
Crazy,
Ever since
because
I built it, it just doesn't want to work.
mine's
So,
like 20 years old,
Is
yeah.
it really? Is your computer that old?
probably.
That's awesome.
Like at
It's
least 10.
good enough to do RuneScape. That's all that
right. All
matters.
that matters.
That's funny. Hey, so Alexis, I want to get back to the beginning now since we kind of jumped ahead. First of all, what was like the inspiration to get into the automotive stuff? And I don't mean drifting, I just mean like into cars. Was that, you know, family stuff that like, you know, were into cars, or was that, you know, just inspirations
Okay.
from something else, but just into the automotive side of things, like cars in general?
So I kind of have like a pre-story to the story, so
I love
sorry
it.
if it's like a little
Nope.
long. So like as a kid, teenager, I was like never into like did not interest me at all. I was super into music
Mhm.
and like wanted to be a rock star, you know,
Mhm.
whatever. So my first like ever time even like seeing or being in a drift car was I had this punk rock band
Mhm.
and the singer to the band, she had this boyfriend and he like took us somewhere and he had a 240 coupe
Mhm.
and he took us on the highway and of course we're teenagers so he's going like 100 miles an hour and I was like,
Yep.
yo, slow down, like I don't want to die. I hated it.
Mhm.
Absolutely hated it. I was like, don't want anything to do with this. And yeah, I did the music thing, moved to Manhattan for a little while, came
Mm.
back. And when I was like 19, I met this guy and you know, he's a total loser. He like didn't have a job or anything. So you know, he's like the perfect candidate for someone with low self-esteem. And like the first week that we were dating, his dad bought him a SR5 A86.
Ooh.
And, you know, he wanted to impress me. So he took me on this windy back road that
Mhm.
like a bunch of people do like racing on. And I was like, actually, this is like pretty cool.
Mhm.
And he was telling me how the car's rear wheel drive and like you got to have a rear wheel drive car. Like they're so cool. Any rear wheel drive car will do this. And I'm like, okay, cool, rear wheel drive. And like I had that stuck in my head and didn't know anything about cars, nothing.
Mhm.
So for whatever reason, I was fixated on getting an RX-7.
Okay.
And
FC?
originally, I did want to get an FC. I
Mhm.
tried through Craigslist to find one, and like it just kept falling through.
Mhm.
And eventually, I found um, a first owner 79 RX-7 out in Finger Lakes, New York, and drove out
Oh,
and got
geez.
it 60,000 miles on it, totally stock, original, and picked it up for $2,000.
Nice.
and this guy kept it in a barn. He was like in this situation where he was on the highway and somebody's like tire like fell off, so it kind of like messed up the front of the car a little bit.
Hmm.
But it like freaked him out and he didn't want to drive the car anymore, so he just kept it in a barn for like 20 years. And I picked it up for $2,000. Didn't know how to drive standard, nothing. And like didn't know anything about engines. Didn't know that a rotary engine was like weird.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Didn't know that like a carburetor was weird or like points ignitions, like any of that shit. So
Right.
that was kind of like my introduction into cars, because you kind of have to work on something unique like that. There
Yeah.
wasn't really anyone around that really knew anything about them. So yeah, that's kind of how I got started with it.
No, that's pretty cool. Yeah, rotary.
Some douche guy.
Yeah, some loser.
Dude, and he wouldn't let me drive it. Like that was the worst part about it.
Lame.
So like I didn't know how to drive standard, and he was like wouldn't let me like try to learn. So he would drive it around all the time, of course, because it's a cool
That's
car.
funny. He didn't want you to learn. Yeah, just so he can drive it. What a dick.
Well, my dad was wicked pissed about it. So he's like, I'm taking you in the Toyota Tercel. And he took me to like all this hilly, like Temple, New Hampshire. And he's like teaching me how to drive a standard on these hills. And like, if you guys know anything about Tercels, like you can literally like not have gas, clutch in anything. And it's not even going to stall out. Like it's super easy.
Yeah,
so I learned on that. And I used to just sneak my car around like all the time, and it was so much fun. And yeah.
So
That's
was
sick.
a Tercel your first car?
No, my very, very first car was like a Buick LeSabre.
Hell
Nice.
yeah. Hell yeah. It better have had like red, like pleated seats and shit inside. They're
man,
so
I can't-
gross. It's not even like a red. It's like a dark maroon.
I know what
usually,
you're
like-
talking about, but
Yeah,
I
or
can't even
blue.
remember. But the RX-7 was like my first like sports car.
Okay.
After the Buick, I just got rid of that thing. But like the RX-7 always used to break down, and like
Well,
so
there you are.
it's
Not
funny
me.
because one time, was that me?
You froze for a second.
Oh, sorry.
You're back.
That must be my internet.
No, it's Chad's. We'll blame it on Chad.
Yeah, we'll just blame it
Okay.
on Chad's.
Yeah, I'll take that blame.
Your internet is perfect. Chad's the worst.
Chad's the worst.
So it's funny though, because the kid that had the 240 that I sat in his car, he saw me at a gas station one day in the RX-7 and it was like, Alexis? I'm like, yeah, what up? And he's like, what are you driving? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm putting like premix in it and stuff. And he's just like, I thought you hated this stuff. And he's like, yo, you know what? You should hang out with me and my friends. And he's like, I think you'll really like my girlfriend. She has an E30. And that's how not how I met Kim, but that's like how Kim and I like started like really connecting with each other. Because she had the E30, I had the RX-7. And yeah, fun fact, that kid actually ended up buying that SR5 coupe from my ex-boyfriend.
Oh no, sure.
And yeah, it's really weird.
Small world.
But all his friends used to do like street drifting and stuff.
Okay.
And like they had 350s, A86s, 240s. Our friend Matt had the CA18 right-hand drive swap 240, and I was like, "Oh man, drifting is so cool. I want to do this so bad with my shitty RX-7."
Did you get to then? Did you get to use the RX-7 to like
I
get
tried.
sideways? You tried?
I tried.
Yeah.
But the carburetor.
Street stuff or
Yeah,
stuff?
we used to go out all the time in like parking lots and stuff. Nashua was like really big for drifters for whatever reason. There's like a high concentration of drifters in Nashua. I don't know why. But yeah, dude, these guys used to go on like off ramps, just like 3-4 of them at once, and I'm like, oh man, I need this.
Yeah.
But the RX-7 wasn't really good for it because the
Sure.
carburetor and everything. So
Yeah, it's suspected would slosh a lot, and then you could get, you know what I mean, like the fuel delivery. Like, because I only ever had one
Mhm.
carbureted drift car, but we had to turn the carburetor sideways. So that I used a trophy truck carburetor because they're meant for like on, acceleration and stuff that they would do like basically wheelies and jumps. So we moved it this way for slosh, and it worked like
Yeah.
flawlessly.
You got to think
That's
about
really
like with
interesting.
the
Mhm.
E equals MC squared type of thing with that.
Yep. I don't know what
Yeah.
James is saying, but the math. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was pretty wild. I didn't carbureted stuff is like weird. I guess wait, is ITBs is basically semi-carb style, right? Yeah.
That's how I consider it anyway.
Yeah, but it's like
I don't know if
direct
it
it's like
actually is.
direct shot. There's no like I don't think
Mhm.
there's like
Right.
bowls and things. You know what I mean? Like that was the weird stuff with
Yeah,
with
it was the
carburetors.
float bowls that would
Right.
always slosh, and yeah, it was just
Yeah.
a total mess. So, yeah, that car wasn't really good for it. It was down a lot, and
Mhm.
I remember like right when the FRS first came out, um, Ryan Turek had one in FD, and I was like, oh man, I want to be just like that when I grow up. And I saved up. I was actually like working 3 jobs to save up for that car, and
Jeez.
bought them
That's dedication.
That is
right when they came
dedication.
out. Bought that
Really?
car.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
Did
know
you buy it
that.
brand new?
12 miles on it.
Wow.
Shit, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you had the Arc 7.
Yep.
Any other cool like projects that never like surfaced or anything?
I had a 240 coupe at one point.
Okay.
I've had multiple first gen RX-7s that were just like parts cars.
Mhm.
I had another 240 coupe that I like stripped out everything off the car and then like built a rotisserie for it and like sandblasted it and like did like some stitch welding on it, and then that's about as far as I got with the project. And then
Mhm.
the company I was working for shut down, so I had no more space to like work on the car, so I ended up
Mm,
selling that.
mm.
um and I'm trying to think if I had anything else besides that. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. That's wild. Um, this is a question that a bunch of people actually asked, so I ask it now. If you just anything in the world, dream car drift like build, what would you build?
Hachi.
Good answer. All right.
100%. I'm gonna have one someday. I
Yeah,
am.
that's your
Yep.
goal.
Yep.
Yeah. Now here's the big question: Cooper Hatch.
Hatch.
We differ on that. but-
Hatch.
You were right in Damien's heart, and then you pulled right.
Yeah,
right
I
back
still-
out.
You guys both have the power to kick her off. I don't.
That's
just
funny.
kidding.
Hey,
Just
man,
because she didn't say SR20. Relax, James.
I'm a coupe girl for like everything else, like especially S13s. Like I don't like the hatches. I really like coupes, but
Mhm.
like
can stay.
there's something about the hatch A86. I don't know.
So here's a good thing, or here's a good question. You like anime and stuff, correct?
Yeah,
Okay. Were you you're an initial D fan?
I am.
So that's your influence. That's usually so I don't watch like I've seen a bunch of things and whatever. I'm just not I don't really get around like the initial like anime stuff.
Mhm.
So I never had that influence of like the hatch is the car. You know what I mean? Like the delivery tofu delivery hatch is it. And that's like it seems like that's kind of like anybody I ask that's like, "Oh, I love coupes, like Levin front coupes or whatever." They were never really into the animes, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But the people that were like inspired at a young age or whatever, are always like, no, that it has to be Hatch. So that's funny.
I think hatch with 11 front. Oof.
They look good.
Oof.
I do like hatches. I would totally take one in a heartbeat, but Levin coupe is my absolute favorite.
You have enough.
I
Relax.
know. Two
never
Corollas. That is true. I actually still want another one. So you can't have enough. But
Whatever.
yeah, just wait till I'm flexing in all of the chassis.
You can only drive one at a time, bud. Doesn't bother me.
Well, yeah, but if you got the rest of them in the garage,
Right. I'll feel better.
You know?
I'll sleep better at night. You know what I mean?
Mm,
That's what
fair, I
happens.
guess.
That's what happens.
Whatever you say.
That's funny. So what is like so then you got into drifting early on. Do you know like dates roundabout when that was? Like when
Yeah.
when was the first time, what year did you actually start trying to drift? You know what I mean? Like when did
Like at an
you
event or
or even the street stuff? Like what year range? Do you know what that is? Just out of curiosity.
street stuff was probably 2009.
Okay, cool.
And oh, I'm sorry. No, 2010 because I was
Mhm.
19. And my first drift event was July of 2014. So it's I'm sorry. Whatever 10 years ago was 2004. I can't do math right now.
2004. Yep.
Ask
go.
James. He's a math whiz.
James apparently is a
Got this.
fucking math quiz. Yeah,
Wanna
go
do
ahead.
numbers? I can do numbers.
Yeah, actually, you know what's funny? He can do
7.
numbers because he's like he does them all the time for work, which is funny. I always forget about that. Yeah, you're not a dummy. We like to make you out to be a
Well,
dummy, but
Oh, you're
Yeah, so
kind
it's
of
gonna
dumb.
be so it's
Yeah.
gonna be 10 years this year for like
Okay.
actual events.
okay, yeah, sick. What was your very first drift event?
It was New Hampshire Motor Speedway S3 lot, Club Loose North.
Oh, dang.
Rip.
Aw. Yeah, it's a shame. We're losing a bunch, I think, like recently.
Oh, that's not a shame. That
No.
needed to die.
Did it
I got
need
kicked
to?
out of
Oh,
there. I got
nice.
kicked out of that. Yeah.
For
We
what?
don't-
What did you do?
I wouldn't fuck the event organizer, so
Oh,
you know how it goes.
Wow.
come
You
on.
guys know how it goes. Come on.
Yeah.
You have
gotta-
to do so little to drive.
Yo, also, think about the money saved. You know what I mean? Like that could be free. Throwing it out
Jesus
there.
Christ.
Any coordinator.
I would do it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was gonna say any coordinator out there
No
want to give me a
amount of
free
money.
ride.
No amount of money, man.
Aw,
No,
that's
I
sick.
thought my life was over though when I got kicked out and told not to come back. That was when I had my first 240 and I sold it like a couple months later because I was like, my life is
Oh,
over. I can't
no.
go anywhere. Then the
Mhm.
next
Yeah.
season starts, and that was the first season that Lock City did events at Canaan, New Hampshire, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like this sick little like mile-and-a-half road course in the mountains. It was
Mhm.
so great, and I took the FRS at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. And now you have a decent amount of stuff around you, don't you? What's considered your home track now?
I think I'm closest to Palmer.
Okay.
I haven't gone yet. Then would probably be Thompson.
Mhm.
I
What
know
is
they're
Thompson
built
away from you?
like 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
And
yeah.
then I mean I frequent at Englishtown, New Jersey. Just because it's awesome. So I consider that my home track because it literally feels like home,
Mhm.
but it's 5 hours away.
I was gonna
5 and a
ask. I was
half.
gonna ask. Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's a haul.
Yeah. That is a haul. So Palmer's sweet. Just to give you the heads up. So Palmer would be sweet. It's a very tight technical track. Just so
Love
you
it.
know, a lot of clutch
Love it.
kicks, but it's well worth. You know what I mean? If that's close to you, take advantage. Yeah, it's definitely it's a cool place.
I think I might have to maybe swap back to a stock gearing for that course. I don't know.
Or just keep the revs up. You know what I mean? Like if you can
Yeah.
really keep the revs up, I think you'd be all right. Yeah, you should be all right. No, that's cool. Wait, how far is Palmer?
Maybe like an hour and a half.
Okay, that's not bad. That's like
That's like our Pocono.
that's our normal Pocono.
I'm so
Yeah.
jealous. I miss Pocono so much, and like I hope those guys don't think that like I hate them. It's just 7.5 hours from me now. I moved an extra hour further away, so it's like really hard to get to those
Oh wow.
events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a haul. That's crazy. It looks like the Northeast is doing some cool shit though. Like honestly, we're always talking about it too.
Mhm.
Like we have a lot of respect for the Northeast drifting. Like
The new Drift New England place is gonna look pretty cool.
hopefully,
At least I think so.
Yeah, we're excited to see that hopefully come to fruition. And Thompson has just been the mecca for anytime we talk about like style and stuff. I can't give them enough credit up there. Like there's so many people that actually care about their cars. It's so cool to see.
Yeah,
I love
agree.
Thompson.
Mhm. So speaking of drift events and stuff, you coordinated, and we're gonna jump back again. We're going back in time. I wish I had like a
time machine.
I wish oh my fucking
Yeah.
God. You guys would all be fucked if I had a time machine.
We'd all
But
be dead or rich. I don't know what.
no, yeah, we'd definitely be rich. And dead at the same time.
And dead.
So speaking of like events and stuff, and I want to go back. So now you did your own thing, which is what kind of I think put you on the map when you started to do like your own coordination. You know, and we already talked about you doing, of course, your workshops and stuff like that, but you were doing the drift kitchen stuff in the very beginning. Was that the first thing that you did, or did you organize any events or anything before that?
No, that was
So
the
that was it.
first. Yeah, it was just this idea. It wasn't ever supposed to be like a lot of events. It was just supposed to be one clinic because it was just kind of like, why aren't girls out driving? There was literally just like 3 of us.
Right.
And we had 17 drivers at the first Drift Kitchen event. That was at Thompson.
That's awesome.
And they asked for a second one. So the fall of that year, we did a second one. And then it was like Track started reaching out to us. Actually, Ready Set Drift reached out and let us have one at Pocono. And then it just kind of kept on going further and further and further out. And just, yeah.
No, that's cool. And how long was that? How long did that go on? How long were you doing that? How many years?
2018
Okay.
till 2023.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So 6 years.
Yeah.
James.
Yeah.
Math is crazy. This is math.
James.
James, what's 2023 minus 2018? 2023 minus 2018. Go.
Cutting my second pizza.
Oh my,
5.
number 2.
6 years.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that's
There you go.
awesome. So I remember when you like first started doing that, and I was like, hell yeah, this is really cool, very inspiring, you know what I mean, to get some of the women out of their shell a little bit about drifting, you know what I mean? Because that seems to happen. Either they're gung-ho and they have no worries and they'll just go to whatever and just have fun, or they're very timid, they're very shy, they feel like people are judging them. You know, there's that whole, you know, it's just because it's a smaller group. And I was actually thinking about this today because I was thinking about in America, we have now we're starting to get a lot of fucking women drivers, which is sick. I like to see
It's
that.
crazy the influx that I see on social media compared to like, let's say 2 years ago.
Yes,
It
literally.
is nuts.
Yes. Yep.
Which is awesome.
But I was always, you know, like Japan is like the size of what, like California, like New Mexico, or I forget, like whatever, you know, it's not very big, but because they're so crammed in there and they specialize, they seem like they have a lot more female drivers, enough to even make D1 ladies league and stuff like that, which was really fucking cool to see. But I was thinking of, with America being so spread out, it would be really hard to do anything like that. But I think it would be so fucking rad to see like a full ladies league competition stuff. But then, you know, it works out like for every 100. And the only reason this sport is dominated in the male field with like drivers that are like standout is because you have 100 guys versus, let's say, 20 women. So out of the 100 guys, you maybe have like 20 really good dudes, and out of the 20 women, you're going to have statistically like kind of the same. You know what I mean? So
realistically, it just comes back to math.
There's math.
You know?
Yeah.
There's math involved there.
If I don't have the fucking math thing,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
All the numbers floating around.
I don't.
That's what you need.
Son of a bitch. Damn it. Yeah. I do have this. Stonks was pretty good, but that's not.
Right.
Stonks is pretty good, and
that's math adjacent.
Puking frog. Okay, so
anyways,
yeah. Anyways,
where's Christmas Rich?
You know what? We'll bring out Christmas Rich for all our viewers that are watching on YouTube and not listening onto our streaming platform. Here's Christmas Rich.
Oh yeah, we're just looking at stuff here.
Fucking A. But anyway, no, I was just thinking about it, like with the it's a male dominated, you know, community, but it's just because of the way like the numbers are kind of formed, and I think that we're so spread out. But it is in the last, like, yeah, Chad, literally you said 2 years, and you're fucking right. It's like the last 2 years, which is cool because I'm going to say that, Alexis, the stuff that you girls are doing is inspiring them to not be so timid and also get out there. And honestly, I've been seeing so many, I call them like satellites of what you originally started, like the Drift Kitchen stuff. Now I see like little pockets of like ladies night at blah blah blah, and over the West Coast, over here, and in Texas, and all over the place. And I think it's so fucking cool because it's going to bring them out of the woodwork. Because
Yeah.
I feel like the one thing, but it's also my gripe about women drivers. My one thing about women is that they are scared and they need an outlet, and that's cool that everybody's doing that. But the other side of that is that us as a community need to be more accepting and not so fucking just bunch of idiots. You know what I mean? Like, we don't understand that there's new drivers, and especially as a woman coming in here, we're a little abrasive. You know what I mean? And if they're
Oh, we
not
are.
used to it, they're going to be like kind of scared. You know what I mean? Like, we can come off like fucking we're a bunch of apes. You know what I mean? Like,
If you don't listen to this podcast, people probably think we are the worst.
oh no,
If they don't actually know.
I
Yeah,
think
right.
if they listen to this, they think we're worse than we are.
no, that's
Oh
true.
yeah.
Yeah. But we can definitely be abrasive. So like, as a new woman comes to not a female clinic or a event based around, all women, she could be taken back, you know what I mean? And not really into that scene. So yeah, I don't remember where I was going with it, but I was going to say that it's just really cool to see what you started growing in the community as a whole. And I've always been a massive like female driver. I don't know. I root for the women because I think it's so cool to see, like, in the numbers, there's too many fucking guys. So when like Miki is fucking slaying it and winning shit, I'm like, fuck yeah. It's just the empowerment to that is so rad. It's probably because I never had a dad growing up and my mom was my best friend. But either way, it's the same thing with like metal or music. I'm always like, if there's a female drummer and she's fucking slaying it, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I just love that for some reason. I guess it's just because you don't see it as much. So, but yeah, your stuff has just been inspiring so many. And do you know a lot of them now personally? Like, do they reach out and like you girls have like a cool network to spread that kind of stuff out?
Yeah, and actually I got like a couple of things to kind of like go back on some of the stuff that you said. So like one of the goals that I have for DK Ladies League, like obviously it's still in its beginning stages this year, but I want to see chapters all
Okay.
over the US. So
So we starting a gang.
starting
Let's
a gang.
fucking go. You know
And
what I mean?
so when we went to different parts of the country with Drift Kitchen, you have these ladies where they've been progressing so much over the years and they're so good. And it's like, you guys are ready to be the ones that instruct and get more women to come out. And like you guys, like, for example, Laura Neighbors and
Yep.
Missy Waters down in Texas, like, hopefully they're going to be starting their own chapter down there.
Oh, cool. Hell yeah.
I don't know if you know Melanie Richard in Louisiana. She's killer driver. She's amazing.
What does she drive?
350Z purple.
Okay, I got to tell you, and this goes for any driver. I know hardly anybody's names. I know
That's
the
okay.
cars. Yeah, I know the cars. I always feel bad, but
And yeah, I just want to see, this where the girls that had taken, these events and that they're getting better. I want to see them start instructing and starting their own thing and then just bringing more women in because like I can't be everywhere all at once and it just didn't make sense to continue traveling all over the country trying to like book all these tracks and deal with all these different insurance policies and stuff like that.
yeah.
Like if they just want to bring me on as an instructor, cool. Like I'll fly
Right.
out for that, but like I think it'll be awesome to see more groups just
Yeah.
popping up.
Yeah, no, that's sick.
And
And so you were all over the fucking place. Was that for how long did you start going? Because I literally was so jealous. I'd see you're like, oh, we're in Texas. Hey, we're over here. Hey, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I want to do that. Like, I was so
no,
jealous.
don't be jealous. You get burned out so fast.
Did you?
So fast.
Did you?
Yeah, literally because like still got to work a full-time job. And trying to work a full-time job in the industry, which is very physically demanding, and then pull all-nighters to get to whatever location that you're getting to, run an event, puke a bunch, have a migraine, drive home, and then go to work. Like that definitely, I feel like it aged me quite a bit.
5 years done. Yeah, you just you put it on the miles.
We started traveling in 2019 and yeah, it just got really crazy because you know, it was very unique. So a lot of these tracks
Mhm.
are like, hey, we want this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's the thing is like these different locations they want to have these women events because part of the whole thing is for a girl, seeing a girl out there at the track shredding and, you know, being able to keep up with the boys, that is like so important for a girl that's just getting into it, just to give her confidence of, oh my gosh,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
another one doing it. I can do it. And especially if it's a girl that they can like go up to and talk to
Mhm.
and like ask questions to, like that's just so important. So
Mhm.
it's great seeing so many ladies getting out there.
No, that's cool. I like the chapters idea. One, just because I really like gangs. So
Same.
I
You know, I
hope
was gonna say that. Like, is this like a Sons of Anarchy type shit? Like,
I hope you have
We
to
have
jump in
talked
there.
Texas
about-
chapter.
Yeah, we have talked about gang related activity on this podcast before.
I think a lot.
So,
Probably
we're
too
here
much.
for it.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
here for it. We'll represent. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We'll get
Oh.
the branding. We'll fucking stab people. You know what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
I love it.
that's really cool. So you already have like a cool network that you're working with. And honestly, I mean, I feel like I've seen that already because a lot of the people, I feel like I've met a lot of people through like your like network already. You know what I mean? Like when you were doing the Drift Kitchen stuff and I came to help out at the Pocono one, and just all of those girls were like they became homies. You know what I mean? Like it's so cool, especially like Lauren. Like Lauren is like a homie. Like she's fucking awesome. Not also just because we're nerds and we do like video game stuff, but just because she's just a fucking smart, you know, good driver, very smart, and just yeah, really, really cool. So it was neat to see how the girls were like interacting with each other and just that network of growth. But I did want to ask a question about that because we're going back to some high school shit. So females sometimes, generally, when you put them in packs, end up getting a little catty. You know what I mean? And a little. Do you find that in? Yeah, very. Wow. Do I have it? I don't have any sound effects queued. I'm pretty pissed. But anyway,
Okay. Wow.
there you go. Yeah, perfect. Did you see that at all? I mean, sadly, if you do see it, it's a shame because they're fucking grown-ups and it shouldn't
Listen.
be there. But how bad is it?
I'll tell you, I have helped drivers. I've sat in with drivers, girl drivers that I can't even stand them in
Mm,
like real life, but I'm still
mhm.
gonna teach you
Yep.
if you come
Yeah.
and you want to learn. Like I really do feel like at these events we do kind of put our differences aside. But like yeah, you see that all the time. Like the girls get competitive.
They do.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
and like I mean, now that the ladies are all becoming like really like a lot of them are becoming really good drivers. You see a little bit of that too. There's like
Mhm.
the friendly competition and not so friendly competition, but like
Yeah.
I think overall, honestly, I feel like overall the network is like really tight knit and people really do like each other and want to help each other out. And I think we're just all kind of like looking for friendships.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I could just see like, you know, behind the scenes there's like some shit talk, you know, because there's a and honestly it does happen with the dudes, but it's just out in public. Like they
I'm
just
sure there's like
they're
a ton of
yeah.
people that talk shit about me and like whatever.
Mhm.
Like
Oh, I get it all the time, believe me. There's a whole fucking group chat just dedicated to hating on me, and it's
It's
great.
literally
I
just
heard
me
you
and
hate
Jared,
cars.
right? This fucking
Thanks,
guy, am I
James.
right?
Yeah, I wish it was. Can you start that? Because I would, and can I be in it? Fucking Damien, that guy sucks. And
It would be pretty good.
It would be
Yeah,
pretty good.
Damien,
I'm sorry.
I heard that you hate cars. Is that true?
I do actually fucking hate cars.
Okay.
All of
They
us,
do
actually.
No, she's talking about Cars the movie.
Oh, the movie? Oh,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you meant you actually like hated vehicles, like
Oh,
maybe
no,
like
I
Oh,
hate
working
no.
on
I
them.
hate
No,
vehicles.
no.
He hates
I-
the movie cars.
Okay.
I hate the movie cars. I actually do hate normal cars too. They fucking suck. I want to be. I'm 40. I'm gonna be 42 this year. All I want to do is drive.
God.
I don't want to fucking. I'm too old to work on stuff anymore. Anything that I do, I feel like I'm starting over and I'm like learning for the first time again, and I fuck it up. Like I just painted my interior, fucked it up. Painted my fucking engine bay, fucked it up. You know, like, and it's just I need to retire or get sponsored to just drive, which doesn't happen. So it looks like I need to retire. So
I'll
I
sponsor
just
you. I just don't pay very well.
Got you. As long as if you do all the work, that's all I need. I just need to drive.
See, that's
Yeah, I just want to drive. Yeah. No, but seriously, I'm really stoked for your future stuff, and we can talk about that. So Drift Kitchen, you moved on from Drift Kitchen, and now you're doing the DK Ladies League. And that's what you're going to base the chapters off of? It's going to be like DK Ladies League.
Yep.
Okay. I
So
like it.
like the inspiration behind that. So when I first got into drifting and like where I was like, oh, I got kicked out of Club Loose North, whatever. The thing that kept me going when I had sold my 240 and like when the regret had like sat in was I
Yeah.
was sitting in my friend's basement with Kim actually, and we were watching videos of D1 Ladies League Japan, and I was like, oh my God, like I want this for my life. Like this is what I want for my life. And like that, I don't know, when I was trying to come up with a name for this whole idea, I was just thinking like, oh, it'd be kind of a funny play on Drift Kitchen, DK, Ladies League, like D1
Yep.
Japan.
Yep.
And one of the things that this actually working with Lock City and working with Alicia Ascani, and we're doing the first East Coast competition at Thompson. It's going to be part of the street series.
So like a separate chapter of it where it's just this is a women's only, correct?
Correct.
Ooh, that's gonna be cool. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be cool. And there's a lot of shredders from Connecticut and
That's
that
awesome.
area in New Hampshire and
Yeah.
Mass.
That's
So
definitely cool. When you get to the point where you're going to be like, flyers and all that fun stuff, make sure you send it over because
Okay.
we'll definitely represent that stuff on the podcast as much as we can and all through the other channels as well.
cool.
Because we definitely, we love to support all of every single fucking sex. I don't understand the whole like differences. You know what I mean?
don't support any of them.
He doesn't.
I mean,
James doesn't, but
I can help you understand the difference.
no.
Like,
So how does it? Is it
Anyways, we're getting some non-politically
Yeah,
correct here.
No, and I just mean I hate the animosity between stuff. You know what I mean? Like I hate that, and honestly, it's kind of like I hate that us males they have this like feeling of like to demean a woman, getting into it instead of picking her up. Now, on the flip side, that's only like a small percentage. You know what I mean? It's a small percentage, but it makes me mad enough that there needs to be, and granted, I love what you're doing, but it does kind of suck that it almost needs to be a separate women's thing because I want community where you girls just come and you fucking shred and we're giving you high fives.
Listen,
like that's how it should be everywhere.
I'll tell you, when I first started going to Club Loose, there was really just a couple of girls there and they didn't really drive at all the same events, but like those guys really, really like were kind to me. And I would go down there by myself from New Hampshire and I'd be sleeping in my car and stuff. And like, I always felt really safe there. And I always felt like everyone had my back and like no one would be like, I don't know. I just felt like everybody was really trying to like instruct me properly and help out. And I've never really had the experience of like, I don't know, like people being like dicks all that much outside of, like right when I first started at in New Hampshire. But like I do think there is kind of a need for the events because I think the scene overall has changed and there are a lot of like weird people out there. So yeah.
Sadly, there's a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah.
And it ruins the fun for us normies. Yeah, James is definitely one of them.
Pointing to Chad, damn.
Oh no, I thought you were putting your finger up. So have you that's actually really cool to hear that you haven't really experienced much in the way of, you know what I mean, like having to feel weird at an event or anything. Have you ever heard any like horror stories though? Like has there been any, and not to like, put anybody under the bus or anything, but like, I'm just curious because, as a man, I don't get to see that. Like, and I, of course, don't do that personally. If I see a woman doing something that is in my same field, I'm like, fuck yeah, you can probably do it better than me. So, but on the flip side, like, we don't get to see it. Same with like, I remember Simba telling me, I think it was Simba, that he said something about down in Wisconsin, he had a bunch of racial bullshit going on. You know what I mean? Like, and it's it's just bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I hate to hear that, but at the same time, I think it's really good that people do hear it to know what is going on in the community. You know what I mean? Like the kind of bullshit that is going on, because we can, as a community, we should be able to stomp them the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like that should be knocked out. But you ever any crazy horror stories or that you know of?
I mean, I do think the Midwest kind of has like a lot of that for whatever reason, probably because it's the Midwest. I don't I don't know.
Mhm.
But I think overall, like the only I don't know. There were a couple of times dealing with there was a track owner in Texas that was very like
Chauvinistic.
yeah, and then like ended up on the day of the event charging us an extra $1,000 and was
Oh,
like,
jeez.
we signed a contract, and he's like, yeah, that was during COVID year, so that contract expired, and we were just kind of like,
Mhm.
okay, you hate women, got it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like
I
it's
actually love
hard
that
to
you
say on the top
don't
of my
have
head.
it. I love that you don't have it on top of your head. You know what I mean? Because it means that you haven't really,
Okay, so I do think one thing that I have noticed is like, let's say a girl and a guy break up,
Mhm,
and the girl continues on in the car community,
mhm.
they tend to get dragged
I could see that. Yeah,
like hard,
yeah.
hard. I have seen that more than once.
Mhm.
I have, yeah. There's actually like some stories that I probably shouldn't even like say on here, but like I've had to actually defend girls to be able to like drive at events because like other organizers didn't want them like coming to
Oh,
our event, and I'm
jeez.
like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
why? Because they broke up with their boyfriend? Like, that
Yep.
doesn't even make any
That's
sense. So,
so lame.
Right?
stuff like that
Yeah.
is, like, real for women,
Mhm,
and I think that's, like, the thing that gets very, very frustrating, for
mhm,
a lot of the girls, and that's why I think, like, the community of women is really important because they can be like, "Well, I got, like, a strong group of badass babes that say that I can
mhm.
come to this event, and, like,
Right.
they're gonna help me with my cars and stuff too, so, like, fuck y'all."
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's cool to have a support network, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's a shame that it has to be there, but yeah, it makes sense. So, like, any other struggles that you've ever, like, had coming up, being a woman in drifting?
Definitely get annoyed when guys try to take me off the tire machine when I know what I'm doing.
Mm.
That one's really annoying. I've had my uh TPMS sensors broken on Manny's wheels because I was using
Mhm.
his wheels for one of the events, and like these two dudes were like, "Oh, you don't know what you're doing. Like, let's do
Oh,
it for you." I'm like,
jeez.
"No, I'm taking
Yeah,
my
yeah,
time specifically for this reason,
right.
and you broke it. Cool." Outside of that, no, like
That's good
I
to
don't
hear.
know. I'm a talker, and like I just love meeting people and hanging out with people, and I've had great
Mhm.
friendships through like everywhere that I've gone. So
I think you're very outspoken, and that helps a lot. You know what I mean? Like if you were kind of quiet and timid, you know, they'll people pick up on that, even with guys that are quiet and timid. You know what I mean? They
mhm,
get walked over a little bit. So I think you having that outspoken personality is good. You know what I mean? Because but it's still again like what I was trying to ask is if that's ever happened to you, because I know that it has definitely happened to a lot of other women, and that's horrible. So
yeah,
the other thing is, that I think is fucking hilarious is if the girl is a drifter, her fucking DMs are blowing up because the boys love the women doing the drifts, and I'm sure that's got to be annoying too.
nah.
Like, no, you love it. Nice, good girl. But
uh,
no, like it's fucking. When they're trying to do something seriously, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And the guys don't take it serious and it becomes like a sexual thing. I think that's kind of shitty. And
Mhm.
it happens too for the media too, you know what I mean? Like the females that are in media and just everything. It's just really weird. The separation is
Anything
so
that a
weird.
woman does is going to be sexualized,
Yeah,
regardless.
yeah, exactly.
So
Take
yeah,
advantage of it.
I do absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I think it is a little bit more difficult for women to be taken seriously because we're usually seen as just doing things for attention, for male attention,
Mhm.
and I really don't think that's the case. I know you have, a couple people here and there that do that, but I think
Mhm.
overall, like, we have the same exact interests. We all
Right.
we're all getting into cars because they're cool. Like,
Mhm.
watching restoration videos, I'm like, "Oh my god, this is the coolest fucking thing ever." Like, and I'm sure a lot of girls feel that
Mhm.
way too.
Yeah. I think that's the one thing that guys need to get over is the fact that and maybe it's because they've never really met so many, like, okay, so like in their area they might not have that many female drivers that are very serious about it. Like I have a massive list of girlfriends that I know I can talk to about real drifting stuff, and they probably even know more than me. Like they're into it for the drifting, they're into it for the right reasons. But I feel like guys need to get over the fact that yes, there might be one or two that you've seen on the internet that's doing it solely for attention. And yes, she's everywhere because of that. But there are real women out there that are fucking slaying. And it's so cool. And I think once they would meet more of those, like I had the pleasure of hanging out with a lot of you girls. You know what I mean? So it's instantly like at the track, we're talking about setup, we're talking about this.
Mhm.
You're trying to kick me off grid. And I'm like, no, you girls need to fucking drive. Go, go, go. Like
Yeah.
that's super cool to me, where
I mean,
a lot of guys don't get to see that.
I was watching your episode with Mandy
Mm,
from out in Ohio and just listening to her talking about,
mhm.
style and stuff. Like a lot of that stuff is like super foreign to me and I'm like, "Damn, that girl really knows her stuff."
She's crazy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably talk to her daily too. It's usually some dumb meme or something stupid, or I
That
some
tracks.
no, for sure, or I somehow I'll figure out how to put the word "come" into a sentence and make it funny. You know what I mean? Because we're both idiots. But she's fucking, yeah, another one that's super inspiring to girls because it's two different sides. You have a style side, and she is killing it. Then you have like your standard like American style drifting, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just what people are into. But it's cool that she's out there inspiring the youth that like it's like, hey, I love pretty cars that also get sideways, like very stylized, and they're gonna flock to that style. You don't see too many. Actually, I lie because we talked about this before. California right now is fucking killing it. Like the chick flicks is fucking slaying it right now. Like their cars are cooler than all of ours.
And
There's a couple of them.
Sparkle Motion. So Drift Kitchen did a collab with Sparkle Motion in 2022. And
Is that Vegas? Is that Vegas area?
no,
What
It was Apple Valley
Apple
Speedway,
Valley?
California,
Oh,
which
that's
was
cool.
first of all, that track was sick.
Mm,
For
Pretty
some
jealous.
reason,
That's
very
oh,
so
jealous
cool.
to
I
get
got
to
to
go out
drive it a
there.
couple laps. That was really cool.
That's
Super
awesome.
janky 350 that they rented out. But anyway, um, there were so many women. We had over 40 drivers for that event. It was chaos,
Wow.
but
That's
like the
insane.
cars, oh my god, like the
Mhm.
cars were so cool and everyone was so nice out there and like cool wheels and body kits
Mhm.
and I'm just like, "Damn, like man, it must be nice to be in Cali."
That's
I
cool to
mean,
hear. I would never guess that like an all women's day would get 40 drivers.
There was
yeah,
like
that's sick.
43. It
That's
Yeah, that's
was
sick.
nuts. That's
I
so
couldn't even
cool.
remember their names and like trying to hop in with people and stuff. It was
Mhm.
just like, oh man, there's like too many.
Wow.
Dang.
What's the most that you've ever pulled at an event
It,
somewhere?
it was either at Apple Valley that event or probably like one of the Club Loose Ladies Days. I know one of our
Okay.
first one we had at least 35. I can't
Mhm.
remember exactly.
Oh, that's sick. Hell
But
yeah.
we usually sell out at Thompson. Like last year we sold out within like not even an hour.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So now you're gonna be doing the competition, which is
Mhm.
cool. And then are you still gonna host other events, or is it mainly gonna be more clinics, or there is a couple more on the schedule? Oh yeah, you
Uh,
did just come out with a schedule, didn't you?
Yep. Yeah. So
Yeah.
May 18th is the first clinic at Thompson.
Mhm.
Any from like first time drifters to girls that have been doing it and want to work on their tandem skills, like something for
Mhm.
everyone there. Um Then there's going to be the competition in July. I got to look at the schedule. And then there's the Club Loose Ladies Day in August, which is all people like, C group to A group.
Okay. Yeah.
Really hoping for full track for that one. Like, I'm really
Mm.
trying to push for that.
Yeah.
I've really
Yeah,
wanted to do reverse track, but like Petty was like, no reverse. Oh, it's so much fun. But
Aw.
and then September 14th is going to be the next Thompson clinic, which is also me and Sky's birthday. So that's going to be a really fun
Oh, that's
event.
cool.
I never get to
Banger.
drive at like
Mhm.
my own events. So I'm really trying to maybe like get in a couple laps. Would be really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. You have any other dream? It seems like you hit a lot of fucking tracks too. Like I've seen you all over the place. Do you have
Yeah.
any dream tracks to drive?
Oh, that's a really great. I would really like to bring my car to Mid Pond. I got to drive Haley's G37 or her friend's G37
Mhm.
at Mid Pond, and it was super fun. And I'd really like to take my car there.
Yeah.
Besides that, like it's kind of like a goal of mine eventually. I know this sounds super crazy, but to get all the like head chapter people of the DK Ladies League to
Mhm.
go to Drift House and just have like
That'd be
a
awesome.
really fun like
Yeah.
weekend there
Right.
would be
Oh,
cool. And then obviously going back. Oh,
whoa!
okay.
I love how you like it like lags for a second, and then you're like you do this super quick thing. You're like, I love it.
What is that? Because every time it happens, you reach over here and grab something.
My mouse. I'm just like moving the mouse, and I'm like, I don't know if it's like my
Oh,
screen.
You're like trying
got
to keep the
you.
computer awake. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
funny.
like you're like wiggling the cords on the router. Like nah. You know?
I tried to hook up with the Ethernet, but the like modem's downstairs, so we don't have a cable long enough. So that's probably why.
I
It's doing that.
probably for like 8 months, I ran a 100-foot Ethernet cable out of my bedroom window upstairs,
Nice.
down the front of the house, and in through the
Oh
living room
my.
window to get to my router.
That's
That's really
awesome.
funny.
Yeah.
It's better than
Ingenuity at its finest.
you still have a better
Us-
connection than Rich's, so.
Well, a squirrel ate it, and so I had to move my whole computer downstairs.
That's pretty funny. No shit. Yeah, Mid Pond looks really, really cool. We
It's
want to drive
sick.
it bad.
Mhm.
If you play it on a Seto, like I played it on a Seto for a couple months before going to the track.
Yeah.
And then I did the track and I'm like, oh my God, it's just like a Seto. Like this
Oh,
is
that's
so
sick.
sick. And then I
Yeah.
played it back on the sim like the very next day.
Mhm.
And I was like so much better at it after like doing it on the
Mhm.
track, but it flows so nice. It's so
That's
much
sick.
fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I've seen a
Wow.
lot of cool Mid Pond videos.
While we're on the topic of Assetto, you sim. So I was just kind of curious on what your take is on if sim actually helps you drive, because I know it's very split. Some people think it's dumb and just a video game, or some people think it's great and actually helps you. And also, have you tried the Kuroshi Front Street car pack, and why is it your favorite one?
I like
Those
that, Chad.
Those are good questions.
I am going to try the car pack. It is definitely on my list of things to do. I haven't played since pretty much I started back up with the semester because
Mm.
my life is a mess right now.
Fair.
But as soon as I got like the free time, I am going to because it's the best car pack there is. I've heard good things.
There it is.
I've heard great things.
If this isn't grooming, I don't know what is.
listen. There has already been talk about it on the Ladies League Discord server. It's already been promoted on it. So
Hey, we're big time guys. Check us out.
That's a Lauren thing, isn't it?
no, it wasn't. It was someone else that
Oh wow.
it was someone super random too.
Someone's about to
funny.
get outed.
Yeah, that's funny. I
But,
just see Lauren's always. She just hit me with
She's
I love
amazing.
cosplaying as you, Damien.
I love
She's-
Lauren so much.
That's funny.
I actually have a really funny story about Lauren, but I won't embarrass her just yet.
Aw. I actually I
but
do want to get her on here. I'd like to
you
get
should. She's
Yep.
amazing.
Yep.
But as far as like whether sim helps, I've seen it firsthand where people just like have been simming for a couple years and they just hop in a drift car and then they go
Mhm.
and they just kill it. I don't know because I haven't driven my car in a couple of years and I've been simming a whole bunch.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping when I get back out, I'm a fucking killer, and
Yeah.
everyone's like, "What happened to her?"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, sick. But like, I think if you're building good habits, yes.
Mhm.
If you're building bad habits, no.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
way.
very
That's a good
easy
way
to
to
do
put it.
both, and especially because it is still a video game, you know.
Right.
But you know, if you
I
use
think
it
I
for
have some bad habits with it,
yeah,
but yeah, I just I don't know if it's like, so I have all like the Thrustmaster
Mhm.
stuff, and I don't know what it is, but like my e-brake, I gotta have someone like come over and figure it out because I feel like it doesn't lock the way I want it to. And like I
Mm.
feel like I'm constantly like doing this all the time and it's doing nothing. So I feel like I'm
Mhm.
just kind of going everywhere sometimes with it.
Mm.
that's fair. Yeah, I guess all setup definitely. Yeah, I mean, if especially if you're trying to learn something, setup definitely helps. I mean, I don't really have a setup. I just put my wheel on my desk when I want to play, and I use a flight stick as an e-brake. So you know, I'm not really professional, and I can't. Yeah, there you go. I can't really talk, but yeah, I think it's definitely a good tool to learn as long as you take it as a learning tool. You
Yeah.
know, if you look at it like a video game, you know, then
Mhm.
it's a video game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I tried to invest a really good money into my rig because I knew I wasn't going to be driving as much.
Mhm.
So I really like the way my seat and everything is set up. It is just like how it is in the FRS. So like hopefully I
Mhm.
can just, transfer everything over.
Mhm.
Um, the settings and everything, like you really do have to kind of dial everything in and like choose the right cars and um, yeah, I feel like I still haven't learned like 1% of what there is to learn online.
Yeah, there's a lot, and
Oh,
I think
no,
it.
I'm lagging again.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
you are. It regardless though, I feel like as long as you're, even if you are just playing it to play, there's the counter steer and throttle modulation is the most important thing. You know what I mean? Learning that
Mhm.
is teaching you a shit ton, even if it is just bolted to your desk, you know? Like,
Left foot braking I learned via sim.
mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. I became a big, not a left foot breaker. I guess I am left foot braking. No, I'm not.
Are you
I'm
doing it with
just
your left foot?
no. I have two left feet, but anyway,
Okay.
Impressive.
no, it's
Did I see
I've
that?
yeah,
Is that
right.
on the
I've
foot cam?
damn. I do have a foot cam
Wait,
though.
wait a
and
minute.
Man, you can make some serious money with 2 left feet.
oh, you probably could. Yeah, yeah,
Gonna-
yeah.
Anyway.
Untapped
Some
market.
some guy overseas wants to
Where
jerk
do I
off to
pay?
that for sure. So yes. So I learned to use my brakes because when I first started driving, I just was always gas and clutch. If I was slowing down, it was like clutch in, handbrake, or just out of drift. That's the only way. And with the Corolla being a very wild car to drive, it taught me literally like simming. I started using the brakes a bunch, like clutch in, front brake, to pivot the car around and stuff. And like it taught me how to drive. And when I started driving the Corolla, I feel like I definitely progressed really fast in that car because of braking only, literally braking. And that was all attributed to my massive amounts of simming. So now there's definitely something to be had there. And I don't really think the setup matters as much. It's just that you're doing it, and you're trying new things and you're going to be able to adapt and honestly put one thing to good use when you're out there. But yeah, it's pretty sick. I'm glad that you sim a lot. So now you started twitching about how long ago? How long ago was that?
Was it last year? It was
Okay.
either last year or the year before.
Yeah. Is that primarily you doing sim stuff or are you doing other games too? Oh, okay.
No, it's like 90% me doing Assetto. I played a little bit of Harry Potter here and there
Okay.
when I'm like
Sick.
super nerdy, but like something that I
Mhm.
really, really want to get into with the Twitch streaming
Mhm.
is doing like the work on my car and like
Mm.
talking to people. And that's something I've been kind of like planning out for a while. It's just really hard because like I like doing the YouTube videos and it's just like
Mhm.
hard to prioritize everything. But I just feel like it'd be really fun when I'm doing the body work that I still gotta do
Mhm.
um to do that like live.
Okay. So and you want to use Twitch as that platform.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
see Samet does some like in the garage stuff on Twitch, and I was like, oh, that's
See,
actually like
I
a
don't
really Good idea.
I don't know. I never really explored. I like how James's face drops. We hate salmon, but anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, fuck off,
I don't
Stand
even
here.
know, like, I don't
just
really
saying.
know who they are. I just happened to see that
Yeah.
I
I
got
just-
like this live notification that was like, Sam, it mentioned you. And I'm like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
Oh,
And I
God.
click on it. And then
Oh,
they were
yeah.
like in the garage. And I'm like, oh,
hmm
garage lives.
No, that's funny.
I want to do that.
I just thought it was funny. As soon as you said his name, James's face dropped.
Oh, I missed that. I
Like,
totally
was-
missed
I
that.
just had instant memories.
It was-
Conversations. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh, Lord.
That's so funny. And we're just talking shit. We're just having fun. We don't even know him personally.
Yeah,
but
Well, we
fuck
hate
Sam
it.
it.
Well, we hate him, but
Yeah,
we hate him.
fuck
But
yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
I'll
Hot
quote you
take.
on
No.
that.
No, see, that's what I mean. I gotta like explore Twitch a little bit more because I don't know anything. This is our second podcast on Twitch, and I don't even know if we have anybody watching.
There's one person.
So it's funny. Our first one, fucking, we had like 4 people, which was just random. But I'm not promoting. I'm not doing anything on there yet.
Yep.
But I want to learn about it because I've been noticing that there is. I didn't even know that they were doing podcasts on Twitch,
Mhm.
and I thought that was cool. The live stuff, yeah.
Kick
pretty
too.
neat.
That's like the new streaming platform as well, and a lot of people are like going over there because I think they like allow more boobies or something. But
Oh,
yeah,
I
my
yeah,
mean, you gotta go with the boobies.
you do.
You know?
But like people do like live streams of them literally cleaning their house, and it's just like
That's
people
weird to
will
me.
watch
Yeah,
anything.
that's
crazy.
weird to me.
I'm like,
That's
of
like
course.
that's like some weird fetish stuff. You
You
know,
can
what I
make money
mean?
doing anything on Twitch.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Literally anything.
I might as
I'm-
well just work on my car while I'm doing it.
Yeah, and especially if you
Kill
get
two
the
birds with one
viewers and
stone.
exactly. No, that's sick. Yeah, I think that would be good, especially because you'd have the people asking in the chat too, like, what are you doing? What's going on? And you can kind of like walk them through it and stuff. It's just
Mhm.
like a mobile workshop, or sorry, like an interactive live, like wifey material, That's pretty cool. Yeah, we got to get more involved in Twitch. I want to have my boobies out on Twitch. Can I do that on Twitch?
that's what I was going for. If I didn't make that clear, that's why I was going to go over there, so I
So-
could show more booby.
Yeah, boobie. Just one.
More, that's
Just
so horrible,
one.
you know?
Yeah. What's the other thing called? I didn't even hear
Kick.
this. I never even heard of it.
Yeah,
Kick.
yeah, Kick. All I know is that like Amaranth moved over from Twitch to Kick. That was like a big thing because she was like the top streamer on Twitch,
Mm.
and she moved over to Kick, and
Mhm.
so like a bunch of people went over there. So yeah, I don't know. I just think like the live streaming thing is really cool, and yeah, I say go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been having fun. I mean, this is still really new to us, which is hilarious, being live. But when you get a bunch of cool friends together, like our chat is all homies, and then new friends that we're making, being able to have on, like, I mean, it's cool that I'm able to have you on. You're a friend, you know what I mean? And then making new friends is really cool. And then just getting to like interact with them and see what kind of comedy gold comes out of it. Honestly, we just wait for Rio to cut and make weird collaborations or
Mhm.
compilations of us saying stupid shit. But no, it's really
Accurate.
cool.
The cool thing about Twitch too is like, so with the Seto, like I noticed that people that are watching it, they want to tandem and stuff with you. So they'll just be like, hey, like I'm gonna link you to a server, and then you just click on
Yeah.
it, and then you go and you're tandeming with like the people that are in your chat, and like that's
Yeah.
so fun.
Right. No, that's really cool. See, I want to get to that level. I have like 17. I'm a big deal. I got like 17 followers. You know what I mean?
That's pretty good.
So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, one of them's internet famous. So,
Fuck.
yeah,
Is it
Yeah.
me?
it's
I'm
James
just-
Carper. You don't even fucking follow me, do you, James?
Is
You
it
don't.
Sam it?
Yeah, it's Sam.
It's not even him. It's his Japanese wife.
I wish. Things would be getting really weird. I'd follow you. What a sweet. I
Aw.
don't even know my fucking Twitch name, which is hilarious. What
That's
is it?
bad promotion.
Yeah, I think it's
Is
just
it Power
Power
Omen?
Omen.
Literally, your
It's
shit
just Power Omen.
It's the same
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
thing
yeah.
as this name.
Yeah, I'm really good at interneting, just so you guys know.
Clearly.
No, but I'm excited. I'm excited for that stuff. So, I didn't know that either. I didn't think of that. Like where like we could just be playing and somebody could be like, "Yo, what server are you in?" Have like open open server night. Like I'm going to go live. Here's my server link, try to pin it at the top and be like, come on in and let's jam and smash into each other. Yeah. See, I like this. This is a good interview. You're giving me ideas.
Good.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, you just got a new follow right now.
Yay!
Hit the thing on the screen.
All right.
Stick on the screen like plays a special noise.
Can I put it up?
Nice. I love how it's a Dorito. That's my favorite.
Oh, love it.
Is that you, James?
Oh my god, I wish it was.
Because I don't even know what's real anymore because you guys were responding as me. So, like, who the fuck knows? Twitch is weird. I will tell you, I don't know if I told this Twitch story, but I was going to buy. You ever see those full body suits that like come up to the neck and it's just like full latex and then like it comes down. It's just a big set of titties.
That's hot.
I was going to wear that. I was going to wear that and make sure that my stream you can't see my face. You know what I mean? But it's just these boobs like jumbling around. Just to see how many followers I was going to get, like a social.
That'd be pretty
experiment.
funny.
It would be really funny. And then the best part would be like, once I hit so many subscribers, be like, guess what? I'm a dude, like just to ruin everybody's night. Cause they're fucking dumb. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked that you're doing Twitch stuff. I'm stoked that you're doing all these workshop stuff. I'm stoked that you're a massive part of the community. Yeah. What else? I you know what? There was something I wanted to know. Yes. Outside of cars, let's talk about your music stuff because I also was blown away when I heard your piano playing and I was like, what the fuck? You slay. You're really good. And then I see this, you have an album, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, this is really cool. And yeah, just let's talk about music for a little bit here because it's, we're a drifting podcast and cars and stuff, but this is just life. So
I like life so much better anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like music was kind of like my first thing. I've been playing piano since I was 5. So
wow.
I actually when I used to work at the courthouse, I started picking up a bunch of like piano students and then like 2015, 2015, I quit my job to pursue music full time and that's when I put out that first album. And I used to play like a bunch of shows and stuff like that. And I just taught like a ton of piano lessons. And
so
I also
cool.
play guitar, just not as much anymore because I don't have as much time. But like I played a lot of music growing up: violin, bass guitar.
Oh wow! Yeah. You're very
I was in a
well
band.
versed. What band? All right. What kind of stuff were you doing?
We were doing punk. It was an all-girl band.
Okay. Oh,
Anatomy of
fucking
Silence was
sick.
the name.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And our first ever show was at this club called Drifters.
How ironic. Look at
How
that.
freaking weird is that?
It's literally, this is a premonition. You know what I mean? Like,
Right?
this is what's, I like it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really want to put out another album. I'd like to do piano and vocals. I like hate my voice though, but like I write a lot of music that has lyrics and stuff to it. So I was also actually gonna try to hook up with Mike Wallace. He plays violin, really, really well, and cool. Fellow drifter.
Yeah.
And I'd really like to do some like piano violin stuff.
No, that'd be really cool. Yeah, do you still have any of your albums, like your physical merch? No, I don't even own. It was a CD, right?
Yep.
I don't own a CD player, I don't think anymore, but I definitely I'm gonna send you money. I want one of those because I like to like have that physical, you know what I mean? Like off to the side. I think that's super cool.
The entire next podcast is just us reacting to it.
Oh,
yes.
Can we it's like classical style. Like cool. My influences, like I learned playing classical piano, like Beethoven stuff. I applied to Juilliard Music School in New York City as well as Berkeley in Boston. I got accepted and never went because it was
no way.
Super expensive. And my parents actually were like, it's probably a bad idea that you do that. And then I'm like, I'm going to go breathe in fumes.
Yeah, right.
That's great, right?
Let me just go melt some metal together.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. That's really neat. I feel like, and I've talked about this before, but I feel like most people, there's always the drifters come from extreme sports, but a lot of them come from music as well. Like a lot are like hardcore bands or just like guitar and like, it's just really neat to hear. So always thought that was cool that you were also a fellow musician, because I always kind of felt, you know, musicians kind of have that like same creative brain, like it just, you can kind of like bond with them. And when I saw that and I heard some of the stuff, I was like, fuck yeah, you literally are like a killer on the keys
Aw.
though. Like I can play guitar, bass, I can sing, and play the drums, but I could never get, like, I always wanted to play piano and like get good at it. I just never could really get it. So I just stayed away, but it was really cool to hear. So I'm definitely going to pick up that CD.
It's
Will
all
you
thanks to
sign it?
my
You better sign
godmother.
it.
My
Oh yeah.
godmother when I was growing up. So like my parents were always like working. My dad was like a truck driver and my mom was working full time. So my grandmother and my godmother used to pretty much raise me. So my god piano lessons weekly she paid for
Oh, wow.
like 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian saying drifting is made up of 90% former hardcore metal, punk, BMX, skateboarding people.
Yeah.
It is pretty much true. Yeah, which is funny. I like that though. It's cool. It's cool that it must be something in the brain waves that we have that like also feed us into another extreme or the
We're a bunch of
artsy side. We
weirdos.
are a bunch of weirdos. Yeah, that is true. Sick. So you're going to be doing more music in the future?
I hope so. I said once I finish up with school, I'm gonna have a lot more free time, hopefully. And I'd really like to put out another album, like maybe not this summer, but I'd like to get it prepared for next summer. I have a ton of stuff written. I just I really want to kind of like hone it in and go back to my old studio that I went to. They have a Steinway grand piano that they tune the day of. The day that you go and
Cool.
record, they tune it that day. And it's freaking awesome. It's super expensive though
I
to
was gonna say it has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the computers, pianos are fucking wild, right? Like, so I weld too, but like we did a job at the Steinway plant in New York. These
What?
motherfuckers are crazy up there. Like we were working in the area where they're making like the wood frames for the like casings and shit. Wild shit.
That's fucking badass.
Crazy. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's cool. Where was that at?
Something. that
Yeah.
was on Long Island.
Okay. Yeah. Were they like, how like some of your customers are like they have to be like very specific and like picky about like where you guys are and you can't be trudging through
No,
places?
they didn't give a shit.
They didn't care. Yeah. Is it just like it's basically like a wood shop almost?
Yeah, this was basically a wood shop. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I want to go to the Martin Guitar Factory tour soon too. Yeah. I want to do that. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, music is fucking life. I love it. I feel like I'm putting it on the back burner for some of the stuff that I've been doing lately, but I made we have the Assetto Corsa podcast, like the challenge series, and I made this drum and bass track for it. And I was like super stoked just to get back into music, just for that. I was like, yay. But no,
You
it's
should
cool.
do some of your music live on Twitch, like showing kind of how you like layer a song and stuff like that would be really cool.
No, that would be cool.
I agree. I think that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I did a behind the scenes pilot podcast, like how I put the episode together on our Patreon, which was really fun. But and I got a couple like messages about that, how it was like really cool to see like what goes on behind the scenes. But I was also thinking of, so on Twitch I'm going to be doing I create a lot of Assetto Corsa tracks, so I'm going to be doing an Assetto Corsa track like from start to finish. I'm going to try to get it done in the same day, which I think would be really cool as I'm doing the whole live stream, and then be able to put the download link up and be like Twitch exclusive. Like you're the only ones that know about this. You know what I mean? I think that'd be kind of cool.
You got to put a timer on the screen when you do it.
Oh, like Eliminate? Like Eliminate does?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give yourself an allotted amount of time, and whatever it is, it's
no matter what. Yeah.
Yep. Like 4 hours and it's done.
Yeah, I forget to put a starting
and then we
point.
have to go drive it and see how shitty it is.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to build up the Twitch. I need to Alexis, honestly, probably off air, I should talk to you a little bit more about some Twitch stuff too.
Yeah, I can't say I'm like really like honestly, there's a lot of people that are like way more advanced at it than I am. I feel like half of my Twitch stream is just me trying to figure out how to get the sound on.
Yeah. So that's my problem is I try to do everything almost too professional, and then I watch somebody stream and there's 20 minutes of them fucking around in their computer. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, and I'm sitting here like trying to line everything up. I want everything in perfect segments, and it's like they don't care about that. They'll literally just sit there watching you mess up and be like, fuck, I can't figure this out. You know, they don't even care.
Literally.
Yeah. I have to stop that with my mentality of trying to be like, you know, whatever.
Because I think the thing is, like, most people are watching like live streams and so. I mean, it depends on the time of the day, but a lot of people just are kind of watching because they're bored at work. I know I watch a lot of stuff.
Oh, me
I watch
too.
a lot of like YouTube and stuff at work because it's just like repetitive motion, and you got your headphones in, and you just want to see something that's not what you're doing.
Right.
You want to not be at work.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, we got a Twitch comment here. It looks pretty good. Kick up the
Oh, Jesus
door.
Christ.
So that's our normal Chad trying to kick the door in because that's what we want him to do.
I don't want to do that.
You will eventually.
You say that.
Yeah.
You literally said you would.
That was for
It'll
Mike.
happen.
Cover this.
That was
every
for Mike's
fucking
Miata.
episode.
Look, we got already. See, I love how it starts too. Look at the chat already.
Yeah,
Door
here it comes.
smash.
All right.
Here
Cool.
it comes.
Great. Love this.
That's
Love
super
this.
fucking funny.
My favorite.
It is your favorite. Alexis, I want to talk about style, and you've seen a lot of the girls, you know, from super sick slammed builds with big wheels to like your standard like bone stock builds, stuff like that. Would you say that women in drifting are influenced a lot by style, or are they more influenced on just getting out to the track? Like what do you see a good mix of?
I'd honestly say it's a mix of both. I think like as they kind of get better as drivers, they kind of lean towards, you know, fixing their cars up more. I think when they're first getting into it, it's just kind of like, hey, I want to buy a cheap drift car. I'm, you know, just going to keep it super as stock as it can get, and then just get out there and drive and try to get the seat time. But then I see like, you know, as they get better, they're buying body kits and wheels and getting like sick cages done and stuff like that. I think it's a pretty good mix of both.
Yeah. I
There's
like
a lot of pink and purple.
I was just about to ask, like, what the percentage of pink and purple cars is that you see.
80%, 85.
Are you serious? Like,
come on,
I would
girls.
think so.
There's more than just pink and purple out there. Like, I get it. I too also love pink and purple.
Fucking
and
same.
I'm about it. But not everybody needs to be running the same color.
Listen, I hate to say it, but I'm repainting my car this year. Or not painting. I'm probably gonna wrap it. From Jake.
New
school.
school vinyl. What is up?
Yeah.
Shout out.
He doesn't know it, but now he does.
Surprise.
Surprise.
But I want to do lilac again. I really like
I don't
purple.
hate it. I'm not hating. I'm just saying every chick has a pink or a purple car. And I get it, but still.
Fun story. So today I went to Starbucks and I was driving the pink Porsche. It's magenta, but it looks fucking super pink.
It's pink.
It's fucking pink. And I get in there and some lady, as she's walking in, she's doing this. She's like doing this to the car. And I'm like, what the fuck? Older lady. And I get in, I get my coffee, and then she comes over and I'm sitting on the fucking chair and she goes, I thought a girl was going to be driving that. And I was like, well, that's pretty fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, why? You know what I mean? She's like, why would you make it that color? And I was like, it's my favorite color. I love that.
Love pink.
Most of your cars have been pink since I've known you, actually. The RX-7 was pink.
True.
The 350Z was pink. Your Porsche is pink.
Yep. I love it.
Your V8 coupe was purple.
That's true. And pink flake.
Yep.
But it's so funny that like I've never had that like old lady questioning me and you know, it felt really sexist and I liked it. You know, I don't know.
Assumed.
It was she definitely assumed, which was really funny. But it was just so rude. She was like super mad about it. And then the other night I stopped and went to Rutter's to get like, I don't know, a snack, and me and Lene are in the car and I get out and there's this like meth head and her daughter yelling at me. I say meth head. She just didn't have any teeth. I shouldn't say that. That's fucked up. I'm just assuming. But anyway, it's Lebanon too. So like
it's
my
fair to
town.
assume that there.
My town. my town, my city, I don't know. But anyway, like yelling like, oh, I fucking love that color. And the lady in the driver's seat, the younger one's like, you're a real man, you know, like whatever, you're a fucking real man. She kept saying it. And then the old lady's like, is that actually your car or is it hers? And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
And you're like, well, it's sort of hers.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Like it actually
I
is?
still-
Yeah,
I
like,
still
kinda?
get paid.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
you know how it feels to
That's
be
so
a girl
funny.
in the car scene when everyone's
well,
like,
that's-
"Oh, is that your boyfriend's car? Oh, is
I
that
was-
his car?"
Literally was getting like, that's what that's kind of how it felt. Yeah. It was really weird. But I just felt like just laughing just because of a color. You know what I mean? Like when it was black, I didn't get questioned. Yeah, that's fucking funny. Oh, here we got a question. I want to know how many times old ladies have come up to Alexis just stoked on her driving. Puts the biggest smile on my face every time they do it to me. They're so genuine. That's a cool comment. Hell yeah. Do you get a lot of cool positivity at like events and stuff when they notice that's like, oh shit?
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
super cool.
absolutely. I think the best thing is when someone brings like their kid to the track and
Mhm.
they're like, "Oh my god!" I had this one girl when I first started drifting, probably like my first year drifting, and this guy brought his daughter, and she's probably like 5, 6 years old, and she's like, "I want to be just like you when I grow up." I was like,
Aw.
"That's awesome."
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, the inspiration is like literally one of the coolest feelings ever. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. We had a kid. Oh God, I'll never forget him. He's like it's like when I was into music and we went and played this show, this venue, and it was like it sold out and everybody's singing my song to me. Like that was like where I was like, cool, I could just quit and you know what I mean? I don't need to be in this band anymore. Like that was the pinnacle. But those moments in drifting happen too. And I don't think people sometimes embrace it. But like I had a little kid who ran up to me and his mom's like, go ahead, show him the shirt. And he like lifted the shirt up and it was an 8.6 on it. And he was just like so in love with the cars and stuff. And it was just like that moment right there was kind of like, okay, this is it, you know? That's super cool. But it's neat to see and to hear about like the women stuff. I loved when I don't remember what track we were at, but somebody was ripping an S13. And I remember they pulled in and everybody black, like super dark tint. And it was like, oh shit, that's a woman driver. And I was like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like that was a cool moment too. I love that shit. Fuck
Anytime
yeah.
I think that I'm like annoyed with drifting, I always
Mhm.
I get one of those moments at the track that's
Yeah.
just so good, and you're like,
Yep.
that's what it's all about.
Keeps you going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such people don't realize the dedication it takes to even just drift in general. Like Chad's ready to quit, I'm ready to
Yep.
quit, but then we'll get done.
James quit already.
James is already
Yo, I
done.
never quit. What's up? I'm ready to go.
Yo, he is ready to go. But then you get to the track, yeah, something really cool happens, and you're like, man, this is
It makes
it's
it
all
worth it.
it.
It sucks getting there, but it does make it worth it. Like especially like when
Yeah.
you were saying, like, you know, when you have kids coming up to your car and be like, this is my favorite car at the track. I'm like,
Yep.
that's cool because if I were your age looking at this car, it would also be like my favorite because I like
Sure.
out of like just crazy wild stuff and like
Mhm.
all the cars that are wild to me, I'd be like, that's so cool. I would never go up to a driver and tell somebody that, but the fact
Yeah.
that a kid is, you know, like
Mhm.
for me, it's mostly like little girls that love my car.
But
But I guess that's
Chad,
the territory I
name-
get when you
name
have a
one
Miata.
child.
I don't know.
One child that's come up to your car and been like, that's my favorite.
Ah.
I swear to you, it happens more than
Was
your
that
fucking
was that
car.
little girl in Chicago that was like got a picture by your car.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
It's
like, especially
I'll
when
give you that
people
one.
like ask if they can take pictures with my car, by my car. I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't care. Like, it's not the greatest thing, but if you like it, have at it. You know?
Yeah,
It's
was
like,
that Caitlin? Caitlin's saying in the chat right now. It might have been her that took that picture. I couldn't remember.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Oh, we got JD and Will. He's got to go get off here. Great pod. Thanks for having my little Thanks for having my little sis.
Bye, Willie.
Is he referring to my oldest
It's
daughter
the
wants to slide now? Not because dad does it, but because of Drift Kitchen. That's so cool. See, there you go.
Will your brother? I think that's the question here.
JD and Will?
Yeah, he kind of took me under his wing when I first was starting over at Club Loose, and I was really scared to use the gas. And actually, it
We love that.
bro down that I was super excited. I thought I was doing great, and like everyone's like, "Yeah, you're killing it, you're killing it." And Willie came up to me and he was like, you're going backwards as a driver. You need to you need to trailer your car because you're scared to break it and not be able to drive home. And I did take that advice to heart, and I ended up, starting to trailer my car. And he's really one of the people that helped me become a better driver. So
he's a good dude. Definitely
he is
a
a
good
great
dude.
dude.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's fucking sick. Man, I want to inspire more people. Let's become an inspiring podcast. Yeah, I know.
Be more positive. Then.
We are not positive at all. We're literally the worst group of people. I fucking love it.
We're not inspiring whatsoever.
No, not at all.
So you drive better when you trailer your car, not when you street drive it?
I mean,
That's
I think now, because I have a 488 in it, so like I really can't like drive it on the highway anymore, because even in 6 it's like so I do feel like I drive better because I used to street drive my car to events that were 6+ hours away.
That's rough.
Every weekend, and I was daily driving the car, and that I feel like held me back as a driver for a bit, for sure. Yeah, I drove the car to Tennessee, and from New Hampshire to Tennessee, drifted it and drove it home. That was
that's cool. That's
the only time I ever fell asleep at the wheel.
Oh no,
that's rough.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that's not good.
No.
I used to street my car to the track all the time. I never had like any way to get it there, so I just put 2 tires where my passenger seat would be and a jack, there's some tools in the back, and went. And the one event I went to down Shenandoah, it was a private day. I put my car in the wall, and I had to fix it to drive home. And that was at that point, I was like, okay, no more fucking around. I need a trailer.
Right. Yeah, but you figured it the fuck out, right? That is my favorite part. Like, I miss that. I feel like I drive better when I'm not trailering. If I'm
No.
I'm all about it. Like, it's a whole fucking adventure. It's like this. And it crashes hard, but then it's like we level back out. Yeah.
That's funny.
I feel like now I could do it, now that I know a little bit more about like working on cars, and like could just get like a flux core welder if something broke and just weld it up or whatever. But too old for that shit.
I think a support network is really good too. Like honestly, like I always feel like depending on where I'm going, if something happens, I know I got enough friends that'll like help me. Where in the beginning you don't really know that many people. And I literally remember the day that I got my first truck and trailer and went drifting, and I drove so much harder. Like it was just crazy. It was like night and day, just because I was like, cool, if something breaks, I don't really care. But I do miss streeting too. Like I miss street. The 8.6 that I'm building, the other 8.6 is 100% going to be. My plan is to never have it on a trailer. And if it is, it's just go get like, work done, or if I have to do whatever, but to go to events, it's going to be street drive. That is my goal. And then just be like, hey, James, come pick me up.
Well, I'm going to be like right behind you in my coupe,
yeah.
So
as long as
you don't even make it to the track.
We talk a lot of shit, but his cars are really fucking reliable. I don't understand. It's like, you've never had an issue. You know what I mean?
Well, I've had.
I don't know about never.
But like I said, it's on like this thing, right? It always levels back out.
Right. You always get there. Yeah. You always get back home.
Remember that one time I had to bring you parts at Final Bout?
Well, that was great. And actually, Vibes is talking about it right now. Yeah, like first time I met him, that was like the only real time I had issues with the Skyline. It left me sit in Virginia, but I figured it out. I drove it home.
And isn't that drive home like the best feeling when you're like, I did it.
I mean,
I fixed it. And everybody's like, yeah, sick on the highway and stuff. Yeah.
That's funny.
See, me, I'm shitting my pants.
Shutting down every 3 miles. It was great.
Yeah, but I think my shoe's just going to break again if that's me. Like,
yeah.
My problem, though, with street driving was this is so bad, though. I would never, like, change my tires out after drifting because I'd be so tired at the end of the day. And I'm like, I got to drive all the way home. And I just drive home on these smoked tires.
I've driven home on cords before. I know how it goes.
So bad.
Yeah. It's super safe. 70 miles an hour on the turnpike on cords. With a lot of camber. It's perfect.
One time I had to change my wheels out on it's like the part of like coming back from New Jersey where you're like looking at Manhattan and you're like where the Garden State turns to 95 and I go through like 4 lanes of traffic to pull over because I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna like blow a tire right now.
Fuck all that area in general.
Yeah, it's rough. That is rough to drive through. Yeah. Yeah, I miss that shit. But see, like I said, like now I feel like if something was to happen where I'm like super fucked, like now I'm like an adult, so I could like do things. Like when I'm saying like make the right decisions, like I could fix it or call somebody or afford to do something. Where when I first started drifting in what was it like 06, you know, like well 04, but like 06 I started like driving to tracks and stuff. I was like, fuck, if something happens, I am fucked. Like I was scared to death, you know? So I only went to the Oval, which is, you know, I knew friends up there that had shops and stuff and then would have to pay somebody to come pick me up. But I was so scared to go anywhere else. Yeah, the trailer definitely gave me the confidence I needed to drive like super hard. But I miss sketchy situations. James, let's get into fucking some bad situations.
James is about that life. He loves sketchy situations.
I'm gonna go.
Situations and shit?
Yeah.
I'm into it. Let's go.
Down. Honestly, I want to come up north too. We got to go. We want to come up and get up to
I got to do Thompson at least.
Yes. It's super, super fun. The road course is awesome. They're doing a lot of great stuff up there.
Yeah. I just love the style. You know, I love their aesthetic. I love the vibes seem really cool. So yep, we have a bunch of. We're making all these friends. Like we got New School Vinyl. We got Jake up there. That we're going. Run? Yeah, no, we're going up there to do the poker run thing. Yep.
Oh.
What's that?
Jake's doing like he'll have more information, I'm sure.
An actual definition of a poker run. I don't know if that's how he's going to do it. You go, so you have like a certain route you drive and you stop at a location and at that location you get a card and you just keep going to location. And whoever has like the best hand at the end of it wins like a prize.
This is not fucking like supercar poker run shit.
That's how we do our poker runs at work. So
at McLaren, like this is how we at McLaren do it, you know?
Yeah, we give away cool stuff. But I mean, that is what a poker run is. I don't know if that's what his is going to be, but it is pretty cool. It's not like a race, like a like a cross country thing. It's just to see who can get. I mean, people treat it as such, but whoever gets the best hand wins stuff.
So is it like does the time have to do with the hand?
No, it does not.
So how the fuck do
we cannot encourage reckless driving, James?
Bullshit.
It is up to your discretion how fast you want to get from point to point.
But if me getting there faster doesn't guarantee me a better hand, what's the point? Like I'll just drive.
It's luck, just like
to get wings or something.
So there's no time, and also he better be doing some really cool food stuff, which I know he's going to, and especially when we get those cheese steaks.
Yeah, cheese steak.
Alexis, what do you call a cheese steak? Is it a steak and cheese or is it a cheese steak? Just curious.
I'd say a steak and chease.
Oh my
steak and cheese stuff. That's a New Hampshire thing. Though.
I figured. Yeah. We were waiting. Chad is pissed.
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with me? What is wrong with you? It's a cheese steak.
I love it. We had this conversation with Jake. Look. Oh god.
First of all, it's not a cheese steak because a steak is a steak. And you put cheese on.
Yes, it's a cheese steak.
It's steak
with cheese on it, which means it's a cheese steak.
That's so funny. I never actually understood that. Yeah, I love it.
It's not steak and cheese. CJ, it's mixed together to create a cheese steak.
I'm finding out in the chat that we have a lot of northern friends here.
A lot of idiots is what you're saying. You people need to come down to Philly and get educated.
What do you call like a sandwich? Like a sandwich on like a
hoagie?
Yeah, you're from Philly.
Yeah, you're from Philly. What's up?
We call them sub.
Yeah, it's a sub. Ooh.
Oh, really? Wait, so Princess Peep is saying steak and cheese from Connecticut too. That's a Connecticut thing too. I didn't know that. I thought
anything above Pennsylvania doesn't count.
Really?
So I think it's a little bit funny.
Pennsylvania doesn't count.
It kind of doesn't. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that's true.
It's very fucking true.
Listen,
God
I
damn
saw
it.
some weird people coming from Lake Erie down to Pocono between FD and a RSD event. I like drove overnight and we stopped at this like gas station to try to get steak and cheese actually. And
Now she's
course.
gonna fucking rub it in.
no, there were some weird people in that area, like children of the corn type shit.
Well, yeah, you get between like that Pocono and Erie area, and it's just like straight up Alabama, right?
Yeah, basically Pennsylvania. That's where
I
Pennsylvania.
felt like I was a
Pennsylvania,
Hollywood
yeah.
star up there. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't.
You have
Other than,
Pittsburgh
like-
and you have Philly.
yeah.
Everywhere in the middle doesn't actually exist.
No, but like over to Harrisburg, like over to and not past Harrisburg, I feel like it's kind of all right. Pittsburgh to Philly, in that like southeast quadrant of the state, right? We're
Mhm.
kind of all right.
Yeah.
But then you get between there, yeah, you get in the Pennsylvania shit, and other than Pittsburgh,
Mhm.
Agreed.
but they're just fucking wackos, you know.
Check this out. Montreal, steak and cheese.
Okay, well,
Unless they-
Canada is
un-
a whole different fucking
But
thing.
check it out. Unless they call it a Philly cheesesteak, which is so common how they do that. You know what I mean? Like they'll like
Everybody wants to be as good
That's
as
so
Philly.
polite.
That is very polite. It's very on brand for Canada.
It is. Yeah. And they'll say sorry. Steak
Sorry.
and cheese. Sorry. That's so funny. God, now I'm fucking hungry for a cheesesteak.
Okay, but what is a tri-tip? I see this. What the fuck is a tri-tip?
That's steak.
Okay,
It's like
but
a
so
steak.
do people call that like a sandwich? Like a tri-tip? Is that a sandwich? A steak sandwich?
I don't know.
think
That
it's like
wasn't what I was thinking. So
Yo, I love food. Yo, speaking of like food, Alexis, what are your biggest inspirations in drifting? What started
Great segue.
yeah, I'm really good at segues. I'm also good at riding them. I'm not.
I doubt that. Yeah, I was
no,
gonna say.
I could not. I would eat shit. Although I've been really thinking about, you know how everybody has like pit bikes at the track? I've been thinking about getting one of those dumb fucking those like hoverboards, but just putting a chair on it. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? I seen them do that. I was like,
You're
that's
just like,
yep, that's my fucking deal right there.
I've been
So your inspirations in styling and like cars and stuff, do you have like a select few that you could grab and be like, well, you know, coming up, I saw this person, this is a driver, I fucking loved them, and I stole this idea of, you know, blah blah blah, because everything we do is always inspired from something, you know. What are your inspirations?
So like obviously like my car isn't very stylish right now because I've been poor my whole life. But
Don't worry, we're
as
all
far as,
poor.
like-
Even the ones that show a bunch of shit, they're just in debt. You
They're
know what I
more
mean?
poor,
Yeah,
actually.
they're usually more poor.
literally facts. Like
Yeah.
I wish people understood that more, honestly. Like, and that's a whole other thing I'd love to get into. But as far as like driving style goes, my biggest inspiration was when I went to Japan in 2019 and I was at Ebisu. I got to sit with Shinji Minawa and his wife. And
That's
like
sick.
that was just an experience. Like it was crazy because usually like you're drifting the whole course and you're doing manjis and all this stuff. And just so we did Minami and watching him just like pedal to the metal, just going straight as fast as he could, and then going into the entry, I was like, that's sick, and I want to do more of that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Let's talk about Japan a little bit. When did you go?
I went for drifting in 2019 for the fall Matsuri, and then I went for a month in 2018, but not drift related.
No shit. Yeah. That's
so
really
cool.
cool. Yeah, a whole month sounds amazing.
Free of like rent free. I stayed with a family. It was amazing.
Wow.
Oh yeah, is that like a foreign exchange student program thing?
So
Like,
this
that's cool.
person that I knew, she did a foreign exchange program with the family. And she had gone over there maybe like 10 years prior and kept in touch with them. And they were like, oh yeah, come on over. And
Wow.
they were so excited.
Oh, she froze.
she
I thought it
going.
was me.
Like the fact that I could like speak a little.
Hang on 1 second, Alexis. You are doing the robot. Boop, boop, boop.
And then the robot is like,
Why?
Yeah.
hey, welcome back.
What? Okay.
I went to Japan. And,
I went to Japan and I froze. I was super broke, so I didn't really like have checked baggage, but I had to check my bags coming back home because they gave me a stack of like kids books, like
Aw.
preschool books, so I could
Yeah,
learn
yeah.
stuff. It was awesome.
Oh, that's sick. So you can speak a little bit of like Japanese, or is it just like just enough to kind of like get by?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, right now I'm still working on like trying to learn a little bit more about reading, writing. I know like the basic hiragana, katakana, but like the kanji characters are like
Mhm.
there's just so many to learn.
Yeah.
But like just very basic conversational. I'd like to really do more of it.
Yeah. I actually saw something that was kind of cool. The Duolingo stuff is like neat because you can challenge your friends. Like, so
I'm
they make
on
it,
it.
you see, they make a game of it. So I'm on it too. And I put a goal of doing like 15 minutes every morning, and
Gotcha.
I don't do it. I need inspiration to do it. But I love it because it's literally like playing a little fucking RPG, like with the path that you have to go down. But I saw somebody like they had like their game streak, and then they showed their friend, and they were like fighting each other like to keep the streak going. I was like, that's so fucking cool because it's just another inspiration to keep you fucking learning Japanese. And I really want to learn Japanese. So
I need to start that.
Do
I
it. I'm
downloaded
on
the app
it.
at your house, and I haven't used it since.
you downloaded it at the
Yeah,
house?
I have it. I just never. We were talking about it, and like
Mhm.
I never actually started using it. I downloaded the app, but
Yeah.
now that I know I can beat you at it,
What a dick. He's so competitive. So the best thing is like I'll wake up in the morning and I literally for I don't even know. Sometimes I lose like lapses of time of like 5 hours, but no. Usually it's about an hour that I'm doing nothing but like looking at my phone. And I could have been doing that, like that's what I want to start training myself to do. But yeah, are you doing that? Alexis, you have the Duolingo
Yeah.
and are you
Oh,
with
yeah.
other
Downloading
friends?
it.
Oh, I am.
Yeah,
So right
it's
now I
that's
got
sick.
like a 56-day streak, but Kim is doing German and she's got like a 430-day streak right
Oh
now.
my
And
god.
I'm
Yeah.
like, and she's getting so good and she's so fluent. And I listen to her speak and I'm like, oh my God, that's
Really?
so cool.
Yeah, that's so sick. Yeah, I want to do it because it seems like what I've done already has been so neat because it's been like, it asks you what your goals are, and it's like I want to go to be able to like converse as a tourist. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it like singles out like the most important stuff that I'm gonna have to learn, and I think it's really cool. So if we can add each other on that and do
Yeah.
that's cool. Chad, get on it. James, let's do it. We're gonna be
Already
speaking
downloaded it.
Japanese. And then the best part is we can just get Rio on here to like yell at us and tell us
He's
that
like,
we're
"You're not
doing
even-
it.
tell us that we're
You're
all
not even
wrong.
That
saying
we're
it
all
right.
wrong. Yeah.
But like
And,
he's
like-
telling us we're not saying it right in some like fucked up English.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Japan too is like if you're going into Tokyo, a lot of the signs and everything, it'll have the Japanese and underneath it'll have the English
Oh.
words. And
Yeah.
a lot of the people there can speak enough English that they can like converse with you. But if you just know
Mhm.
a little bit, they like you so much more.
Yeah. It's a respect thing. You
It
know what I
is.
mean? It's definitely a respect thing. I mean, if same thing like when if somebody would come into when I ran an advanced auto parts, if somebody come in and they can't speak any English, but they tried, I will take all the time in the world with them. You know what I mean? Because they actually tried versus them just being like, I don't know. That's just annoying when they can't speak any English. So I could only imagine the Japanese feeling the same, but it's a respect thing. That's
Ooh.
sick. Full pod in Japanese would be sick. Episode 100 in Japanese. Woo! That's
We got a
We're
year
just
to
gonna be
do it.
saying like hi and bye.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
go to
yeah.
the bathroom.
Right. Yep. I still get green tea and rice mixed up, so I'm not good at this.
Oh my gosh,
I have
that's
a
so
brain.
funny.
I have a brain injury, so I have an excuse though. So, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I'm super stoked. So Rio actually had an idea about doing some of the episodes translated into Japanese because he said the same as we like to watch So like my favorite YouTube channels are all just Japanese. They have no subtitles in English usually. I have no clue what's fucking going on, but I love to watch their culture and what they're doing and just how different it is. And it's the same thing for them. They'd love to see like certain American things, and how we're doing stuff and whatever. So his idea was pretty sick because I thought that'd be really cool to do a couple episodes, and not even the podcast, like some of my YouTube stuff.
Yeah,
know
you
what I
need to
mean?
do like the final bout videos
Yep.
in
Yeah.
Japanese.
I think that would be really cool to like translate them. But I just wish
we should translate them.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys
Did you
can just
see-
use AI for that too. Like you can just
Yeah.
record your voice and it'll just do the whole episode like that in your
Yeah.
voice.
Mhm. I've been
That'd be
watching.
wild.
Do you watch Robbie Nishida? Do you know who Robbie Nishida is? Hey Man's Robbie.
Mhm.
He's been doing it now where I don't think he wants to type out the subtitles or whatever. So
Yeah,
he's just
he
been
speaks
like,
both languages
Yes,
at the same time.
which is cool though, because you get to hear what he's saying in English, and then you get to
Mhm.
hear how it's how it is said in Japanese, and I'm like, that's really sick. Oh yeah, exactly. Rio said, or he's like, even go to Texas Roadhouse. Like they would enjoy seeing that. You know what I mean? Like something like that, which is wild. Yeah, we definitely got to do that. That'd be cool. I'm down. Oh, Alexis froze again. It's a good picture though. It's a good picture of her.
She's much happier than I say much happier than like the picture I stole of Chad when he was frozen. So
That is true. That is true. So sick. Japan for a whole month. That's pretty wild. Towards the end, were you feeling like really comfortable and stuff? Like
Yeah.
I bet. I can only
Did you
imagine.
want to come
So-
back?
No, I never want to come back
That's
ever.
fair.
I like cry inside every time now, and I haven't been since 2019.
Mhm.
It's just like everything there. Like the streets are really clean. Everyone's so nice,
Mhm.
like so nice. You're not getting people like giving you the finger like
Mm-hmm.
the way you do in Boston, you know. And the food's really good. Like you can go to 7-Eleven and have lunch at 7-Eleven. Like it's not like
Mhm.
you're having like the rotisserie freaking like hot dogs or anything. It's like real meals and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. The culture is just really cool there. There's a lot of neat things to see and a lot of like really beautiful like scenery and stuff.
Yeah.
There's
I
so
feel
much
like-
non-drift related stuff I want to do there.
Same.
Mhm.
Yeah. Same. I feel like everybody brings up the 7-Eleven. I have to look. Yeah. I love the fact that everybody brings it up like that's how they should be over here. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess they're super different. But
They
like,
have these little like salted rice triangles. It's like literally just rice in a triangle with like a ton of salt, and I could live off of that.
that's funny.
It's perfect because Dad Damien is
You can-
super.
wait.
that is Dad.
You can call
Please
me
call
Dad.
him Dad.
But you have to put a Y at the end though.
Daddy.
Daddy,
I need
Daddy is really picky with his food, and
very
he
picky.
needs to have something to eat that's not healthy over there.
I would like to know like how's
McDonald's?
Japanese pizza?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever had it.
I hear
Well, I
about
was
that 7-Eleven pizza pockets. I heard are slamming.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's like a little hot
we have
pocket.
something to eat.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
eat-
you
we
guys
can
will be
eat-
fine.
we can eat
Give
those.
me all the fish and all the sushi, like all the good stuff. Give me
Yeah.
all that.
That's funny.
You guys can eat at 7-Eleven. I'll have an actual meal.
We got here's a funny one in the chat. Somebody new, the Tokyo Dolphins. I like it. Hi everyone, and I like that face tattoo you got. Did it hurt? That's the best. This isn't
Amazing.
about me, but no, it did not. Surprising. Faces do not hurt.
Did it not?
Yeah. No.
I feel like
there's
it
not
would.
like a lot of
Nope.
It's
fat there. I feel
vibrating
like it
your
would be-
skull.
Nope.
Yeah,
there
I
is.
feel like it would
there-
be like a
this was a
burn-up
nightmare.
type of deal.
This was like just
Neck-
put a bullet in my head.
Neck was worse than face.
Oh my god, neck is horrible. This I don't know. You don't really feel it. It's really weird. It's like, I mean, you feel it of course, but it's like very bearable for tattooing, you know? Yeah. That's funny.
Okay.
We should probably plan out food in Japan.
This is it. Gyoza is literally meat. It's meat. It's not vegetables. It's fucking meat wrapped
But
in
what kind of
pastry.
meat is it?
But here,
Oh, okay,
Alexis,
so wrap-
I mean, you can
Alexis,
get different kinds, but
when you went
pork
over
is-
there,
is the special one.
do you eat
Cool.
meat? Are you a vegetarian or anything, Alexis?
Japan broke me of that.
Whoa. Okay. So everything I always see is the food looks amazing, but it's like here's the meat and then here's a bajillion vegetables.
There's nothing wrong with that, Damien.
Yes, there is. That is not natural. I
It
want
really
meat.
depends, like, on what you get. So, like, the one thing that I really liked about Tokyo is there's a lot of street food, and, like, weirdly enough, they had, like, lamb and, like, lamb on, like, the rotisserie things, like, and it was just, like, all stacked, and that
It's
was
probably
really
really good.
oh my god, it was so good, and I'm Greek,
Yeah.
so I'm like, "Oh, give me the lamb." So,
Give me the lamb. Give me the lamb.
but, like, the thing that was really weird about it there, and I didn't really, like, realize the first few days was, like, if you go and you order, like, ramen or sushi, you're expected to eat everything on your plate. It's considered rude if you don't,
Oh,
and
I'm
their
fucked.
portions, believe it or not, are fucking huge.
So I
I'm
basically
so ready.
I need to make sure I order very plainly. It's like ramen needs to be just noodles and like chicken broth. That's it. Meat needs to be just fucking meat, maybe some
Bacon.
kind of cheese, and that's it.
And
You're
then
forgetting. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say in Harajuku they have an American restaurant. It literally had better burgers and like American food than actual like America.
It was probably
Yeah.
like real Kobe, like
Yeah, not
the
processed,
actual
frozen shit that we
good
have
beef.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, I just plan on living on protein shakes. I'm just
Damien,
gonna order protein.
Nevin said just order French fries all day.
you can do that too, but you forget who you're traveling with. You're traveling with me, and I eat everything. And
Yeah, it's
I
gonna
eat,
suck.
so don't worry. No. I'm saying all the shit that you don't eat, I will eat off your plate for you.
That makes sense. But they can't touch.
So-
you know, my food can't touch.
Yeah, because it's infected
Yes,
with
100%.
vegetable flavor.
That's true,
It's disgusting.
actually.
Jesus
Wow,
Christ.
we are talking about that food in
That
Japan.
literally
way
is
too
not
much.
how that happens.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
pretty much how
it's
it happens.
disgusting.
Especially if
Yeah.
it like gets a little bit moist and like the moisture from the different foods
Yes,
gets
yes.
cross contaminated.
Can't do it. See, James is on my team. James,
You get like some pea juice on a good piece of food.
gross. Yeah, you order a sandwich and it has a
you
pickle on
cannot
it.
tell.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
The
telling
pickle,
you.
oh my god. You
Fuck.
try to spray mustard off a fucking burger bun?
Oh well,
What's
no
that?
shit. It's soaked
It's
into
the
the
same
bun.
goddamn
It's
thing. It's a
mustard.
fucking pickle on a
Yeah.
sandwich.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
if it's juicy, but if you're trying to pick out a pea out of like rice,
A
You're
pea
not gonna taste
seeps. A pea seeps the same way as a fucking pickle.
Pea seeps is the name that they used to call me in college. So,
pea.
any, I fucking hate
Wow.
you guys. Hey, let's talk about more Japan stuff.
Yeah.
So, what else besides the drifting stuff? Like, what was some other cool, memorable moments in Japan? Like, where all did you visit? Sorry.
I'm sorry. I
I'm
can't
good.
get over pea seeps right now. I'm sorry. All right. Mount Takao was pretty cool. So there was this mountain that like overlooks Tokyo, and that was like a really, really cool like day trip. The girl that I went with though, we decided to take like an off trail, and then we got really lost. And at that point, there was no English on the signs.
Oh,
No
yeah,
GPS,
yeah.
sun setting. I'm like, oh god. But it was really weird because like I swear, like I heard the walls of the mountain have like weird noises. I'm like, what the hell is like I hear shit coming from the mountainside. It was so strange. But yeah, that mountain was really cool. Just
what
did a
was the
lot of like
what was the mountain called?
Mount Takao.
Like Wu-Tang Clan?
Takao.
Okay.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. That's sick.
That was really cool. We went to Odaiba, which has a lot of like the anime stuff and like video games and like a lot of these like multi-story things that had like their own little like casino things in them where you
that's
could play
cool.
like a bunch of games and just like went to a lot of temples and stuff like that. All the touristy stuff.
Yeah.
We stayed. The place where I was staying at was Nakanobu, which is a very, very small town that's like right outside of Tokyo, and that was really cool because I got all the like initial D mangas, like 1 through 5, all in Japanese. And before MF Ghost came to the States, I actually was able to get a couple of those books too.
That's really neat. And was it cheaper? It's probably way cheaper to stay outside of Tokyo and then just go in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, did you and we didn't talk about this, but you do the cosplay stuff every now and then, or you just like to dress up in super gothy stuff? Yeah. Okay. I know that, but I was curious if you ever, because I know like, some of your friends are like big into the cons and stuff like that. So I was curious if you also were doing that over there while you were over there, or maybe
No, I'm not that much of a nerd.
Ah, those fucking nerds.
Yeah, who would dress up as something else? Fucking weirdos.
Yeah, Chad. The world
do you cosplay?
Oh, he cosplays something.
There's a lot some people don't know about me.
It's very true. It's very true. We should probably have a fun Chad podcast, which would be great.
Yeah, there's some shit that people don't know. That's for sure.
It's true. That's the best part about being human. You know what I mean? We're all fucking different. So, yeah, no shit. Man, I want to go to Japan. You're making me jealous. A whole month is crazy.
So I'm actually looking at Japan on Google Maps right now with the satellite view, trying to find like this mountain you're talking about. And I definitely spelled it right or wrong, even if you said it right. But I basically just found like an entire plot of farms, and I'm like, dude, Japanese farms are fucking sweet. Like, I want to be a Japanese farmer.
I feel like they live like such a zen life. You know what I mean? Like they're farmers and like just
I mean, continue, but
something that was like super crazy when I went in 2019. So like obviously in 2011 there was the whole like Fukushima disaster and everything. So we had taken a wrong turn to Ebisu. So Ebisu is in Fukushima, like the I guess what you would consider
prefecture. Don't they call it prefecture or something?
It's kind of like a county. I guess would be like the equivalent to what that is. And so we took a wrong turn trying to go to the track, and we went on this like crazy side road, and we saw like where they kept all the contaminated soil, and they had like the not Richter, whatever the counter is that says like
Geiger counter.
Yes.
Is it Geiger? Yeah.
Yeah, and I called Manny up. I'm like, I'm here, radioactive.
That's actually so cool. I've always wanted to see that area. It's super desolate. Everything is just, there's nobody there. I think it's not inhabitable, but you can go in it soon. Like not yet, but I think soon it's going to be like where you can get in there. I know you can do like tours through it. I'm pretty sure.
It's like time stands still.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would love to see that. I think that'd just be so fucking cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick. What is up, Ethan? Hey, better late than never. We appreciate you. I think I saw something where like a lot of the cars are still like just not preserved because they're just filled with like crazy dust and dirt and shit, but they're just like the way they were when they were left and shit. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I want to go anywhere that I have to hold this like meter and be careful where I'm going, and it's like like Fallout. It just reminds you of like Fallout. No, that's funny. So you said you went for a month, but you also went for a drifting expedition. Is that the same month, or that was a different trip? So you've been there twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Any plans to go back again? You're gonna go? Okay.
Yes, as soon as I get my life together. If I join, if I get into the Pipe Fitters Union, Manny said I can go back to Japan whenever I want, as long as I get my debt paid off first. So I'm like,
yeah, hell yeah.
Let's go. Be there this fall.
Yeah.
Do you have a car over there?
No. So like the situation really, really weird. I got invited down to OSW by Kelsey Rollings because she saw like the 240 rotisserie thing that I had been working on. She's like, oh, that's really badass. Come down to Florida, come meet me, whatever. And she introduced me to this couple, Brittany and Chris Maffey, and I helped them set up their tent. Like they had this like huge like multi-person tent that they needed help setting up. They're like, oh, you want to drive our car? They had this M45 Infinity that was all like had like a bunch of like S13 suspension and stuff on it, and it was really cool. And they're like, oh yeah, just drive it. And they're like, oh, you shred, whatever, come drive our Japan car with us and come on a trip.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So I just booked the ticket and they let me drive their car while we were out there. I just had to pay for like a couple sets of tires and, the hotel and stuff. And I'm super grateful for like, it was such a crazy opportunity.
That's super cool. And that was all at Ibisu?
Yeah.
Ibisu? What car was it out there in Japan? What was it?
A JZX 100.
Okay, that's what I figured. I was just really curious.
White, just like all of them.
Yep. Yeah. It's so funny how that works. That's wild. I hear that they're starting to get a little scarce. I don't know if that's true, but like just because they're getting like missiled, probably just in that area, I'm sure. But no, that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you got to do that. We've never got to do that yet, and that's it's definitely big goals. I got to get over there. I do, as I'm getting older, I really want to do more touristy stuff. Like I remember like years ago, I was like, I want to go to Japan for drifting, and now I'm kind of like, I want to go to Japan for like other stuff. Like I want to
go to the cat cafe.
Exactly. Yeah. Robot
awesome.
bar, like cat cafe.
It's so good.
Tentacle porn. Like if I don't have a tentacle way up inside me, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you go to Japan to do.
Don't you already?
I do. It's been there the whole show. No, yeah, Japan looks
custom seat.
Yeah, custom seat. It's just I just love the idea of like they take pride in anything that they do, and I want to see the difference in culture. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. As I'm getting older, I'm driving just our normal highways. I'm getting so disgusted at all the litter and the trash and shit
gross.
like that. It's really fucking like we're fucking gross. Like do better, humans. Like as a whole.
I feel like every other country is just cleaner than ours. Like even I've been into Canada, and Canada is super clean.
Chad, how many other countries have you been to?
Canada, and it's cleaner than ours.
That's basically not even a different country.
Do we have cats coming on? Please tell me we have cats coming on.
I think Charlie's trying to come up, but come on.
Nice.
This is literally, I think
it's what people want.
It gets the people going.
Yeah.
He just wants to run around me. Come up on here.
Aww.
No.
That's cute. What are besides like the Japan stuff, I want to jump back into just you and your drifting since you started. Do you have like 3 favorite moments, like top 3 like favorite drifting moment in your life?
Top 3.
Yeah, something that either in, just wild, like just cool, memorable things that like when you're old and sitting in your rocking chair, you can, tell the youth of, yeah, this is super epic, something like that.
I think my first time tandeming with another girl was freaking sick.
That
was a lot of fun.
Who was that?
Alicia.
Okay.
Scani. And that was at it was at a clinic at English Town.
Okay.
And that was a bunch of fun. I went to the Speed Sports. I think it's called Speed Sports in Texas. It's like outside of Houston.
Yep.
That was like, for some reason I had like really fast entries that day, and I'll like never forget like just how much fun that whole experience was. It was for Power Over It. They like contacted us and wanted to do like a pop-up like all girl event for their show. That was really cool. And then every single Drift Kitchen event has just been like, there's been so many times where my heart's just like, oh wow, it's full right now. Just seeing so many girls out there. The last Drift Kitchen event at Thompson, one of the girls broke her axle in her FRS, and this couple came with a spare axle, and she was able to like go out and drive again. And I was just like, oh man, I'm like choking up a little bit. That's like really like a nice like wrapping up the ending of this,
Oh, that's cool. What's the future? I want to know your future. The cards never lie.
I don't even know what card I pulled today.
I was going to ask you. I heart react every single one of your morning cards that you pull, so I don't remember either. 2.
That's the only card I could find. So sorry about your luck.
It just had the word 2 on it, James.
On your note.
but that's what somebody wrote down. Was it you?
I don't think that's my
All right. So there's something going on in that house. You got to be careful.
Well, it's the house is.
We already know it's haunted, so
Yeah, we do know it's haunted.
So I pull like cards for the whole year, every month of the year and stuff too. Apparently I'm gonna be like having a really tough summertime, but at the end of the year is gonna be the magician, which is like you can manifest anything you want. And I'm like, yeah, sick. So hopefully the future is more workshops, more ladies league events. I want to I'd really like to continue traveling here and there as an instructor, drive again. Freaking miss driving my car.
Yeah. When's the last time you drifted?
The FRS 2021.
Okay. And yeah, you just been doing all those crazy like travel for the events and stuff, and then what jumping
Driving everyone else's.
yeah. And it's
like
it's not the
almost
same,
better.
but yeah, James.
But like better.
when you maybe coming from like your car.
Listen.
No, that's super cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I just I'm really hopeful about joining the Pipe Fitters Union and trying to really make something about myself and using these skills, and just really want to kind of work on like my house and like adult shit too, and yeah, just want to have more fun too.
Yeah. It's hard to find a balance. I feel like we always have to sacrifice, to reach the goals, but in between those goals, you still need to find some way of having fun. And yeah, that's what life is just finding that balance.
Tanning with you guys.
Yo, for
That'd be
sure.
fun.
Yeah, hell yeah. We kind of suck.
We'll come up to Thompson and then we'll do some runs.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, sorry, but like, gotta have a girls team for Team Vibes. In 2025, I wanted to get it so bad this year, but like I just joined Sweetheart Drift. We're gonna get ourselves ready and we're going.
Yeah. No, yeah. There needs to be way more girls teams, so that would be sick for sure. Yeah. I think your future's gonna be really cool. I mean, everything you've done so far since I've met you has always seemed to like just do good. You bring a really cool, positive vibe to the community. I've always enjoyed, being around you. There's never been any drama between us. Yeah, you're just an all around.
If you want.
Let's start some drama.
Shit.
I tried to do this. I tried to get Mandy and Coy to break up on the air.
That is true.
I'm a dick.
That is absolutely true.
That was really funny. No, yeah. I think your future's gonna be sweet, and I'm really excited to see the new chapter of what you're doing with these, like the ladies league stuff and spreading it around, because I organically saw that happen from your influences already. So I think starting the gang, making sure you have a really good gang initiation to get them in, but then so that hazing is good, but then to keep those like same values and pushing towards building drifting, all female drifting in the community and just helping them out and get them out into the world is really cool. So I'm stoked for you, and I've always been. We're supporters.
Yeah, if
And
you
thank
ever
for
have,
having me on.
Oh, of course.
if you ever have an event at Pocono, I'm absolutely willing to help out. Like,
Cool.
I'll come up, I'll help run it.
It's a lot of fun.
Work grid. I like working grid in general. I think
He
it's
does. He does.
I love working grid. So I'm absolutely down to help in any way possible. Like,
Tell Mike
I'm
to
there.
check his DMs. He never checks his messages. I've been trying to hit him.
Really?
Yes, for years now.
I'll message him. I'll message him. He's really bad with that.
Back.
He's really bad with that. I think a lot
want
of
to throw
people
down cash and get that South Course event. I don't want to do skid pad. I think girls need that South Course. I don't care how expensive.
they need this the 70 mile per hour over the hill scare,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That should be wild.
That is a thrill.
It is crazy.
That is fucking.
It's a wild experience.
It's super fun. Sick. So I wanted to see. Do we have anybody?
We have questions in the chat?
Yeah, we do. Let's get some questions in the chat here.
Wait, I saw it. The first
boom.
deets.
Oh.
Yeah, same thing. But yeah, did we go over the FRS already?
What's up with the FRS?
Suspension
We really
mods,
didn't talk
etc.
about your car at all, did we?
No. Let's talk about that car. So what is all done to the FRS? We heard 488. 488, right?
Yep, 488. Powered by Max, angle kit, BC Racing coilovers.
Okay.
I do think Chad should smash his door.
Yes. She is on board. That's why I love you.
Never Lift Auto Fab
Mhm.
did my roll cage.
And it's
My roll
amazing.
cage is better than anybody in FDs, let me tell you that much.
I have one too.
But also shout out to Norway Nils because he taught me how to do my first cage, and
Oh, that's
not a
sick.
lot of people would take the time to show me, especially someone who's trying to get into doing that for
Mhm.
a living, hopefully.
You did
so-
a full cage yourself? Oh, she froze.
Oh,
I didn't do it myself. Sorry. I didn't do it myself. You know, he just like walked me through it, and like literally I just sat there with a notebook and took notes and measurements and helped him bend stuff and notch stuff and learned everything from that. But yeah, Never Lift Auto Fab, roll cage, and that's it. The engine stock. Everything else is stock. I got nothing cool on the car. Sorry.
Well, you added your sense of style and stuff to it, though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
it.
yeah, and you have like your like the influence of like honestly stickers and stuff are really cool because it literally can show, you know what I mean? Like it shows personality, it shows what you're into and all that stuff, and you can clearly tell when you look at your car, like, you know, your influence and stuff, which is really cool. I also absolutely fucking love seeing you drive because you are so smashed to the steering wheel that
Fix that.
So is that comfortable? Is that where you want to sit?
No, it's totally not where I
okay.
want to sit.
Oh,
at
I didn't
all,
know
and
that.
It's
I
so
thought-
dangerous, and everybody gives me such a hard time over
Aw.
it. And it's just I'm a welder, but I'm so freaking lazy, man. When it comes to my car, sometimes I just I don't want to do it.
It's funny. That's how it works. It's like the best painters in the world, their cars look like shit, but the rest of what they're getting paid to do or their job is like fucking baller. I think honestly, James's case in point with that too. Like he does all my stuff. He makes sure that I'm fucking taken care of. And then like I'm like, James, what are you doing? He's like, nah.
Hanging out, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking of like had this thought this past week, and it's kind of on the same note. I forget. I was watching some like Final Battle Special Stage South stuff, and dude had like a whatever ball joint kit on his car, and he was like a piece of shit. So he completely swapped out his whole front suspension to like finish driving for the weekend. And I'm like, that's awesome. But like, I feel like if I had to do that much, it's not because I couldn't or wouldn't want to. It's just like, well, it's because I wouldn't want to. I just like I'm a hanger outer. You know, like I'm just chill,
hanger outer.
I'm just gonna see my friends and just chill.
That's
Like,
so
if I get
funny.
to drive my car a little bit, that's great. But
I like the hanger outer.
yeah, I'm a hanger outer.
Funny. So Alexis, your seating position and stuff, are you at a comfortable spot, or is it just because you need to make new rails or something? Because it's also the height issue, correct? Like you have to be up. So you'd have to fabricate something, essentially, like a new bracket style.
I gotta go up, but also I got really short legs. Like my legs are super short. So like trying to reach the pedals, my foot is like that.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And I'm all the way up on the rail. So I literally just need to take the time to make new rails.
Yeah. I did see I've seen people do pedal extensions too.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's a thing. You could do pedal extensions as long as you don't drive in very unsafe, crazy boots that I know you own.
No, I'd love to be one of those girls that does that, but like I kind of have to set a good example for
for safety. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really something that I try to do.
Yeah, pedal extensions might be something. I don't know. You might have to, because that would be just like kind of welding on. I think James, do they weld them on to the pedal extensions? Is that like a weld on to the? And it
I think so.
I think so too.
I've seen bolt on once. I haven't seen direct weld on the pedals, but
yeah,
like bolt on. I mean, it's just a fucking stub.
Right. Yeah, that could solve some of your issues, but there you go.
I can't like a full pedal box, and that's
you don't want to do that. No,
big boy stuff.
Yeah.
Big girl.
Big girl stuff, James.
Say, I'm one of the
That's
bros.
what I said.
That's so funny. Yeah, yeah, I remember sending you on grid and I was like, oh my god, she's so close to the wheel. And like it was just really, I just was yeah, you were like literally on it, and I was like, and then you fucking threw it out, and so I was like, hell yeah, like that was the most important part, that you were shredding. But like just seeing you like that, I was like, whoa, that is wild. But then I forgot, and I didn't even think about it. I've had a friend that was really small. Remember Kerber, Chad?
Oh yeah,
Kerber.
he's a little guy.
He was a little
He's
guy.
shorter than James.
Yep, he was a real little guy, and amazing dude. But he had the same problems with drifting. Like he couldn't reach the pedals, and like had to do a bunch of custom stuff. It's crazy. And then I'm over here hitting my head on the fucking roof and being too fat to fit in the seat. So
hey, at least you can see.
Yeah.
I can't see where I'm going ever. I do it by feel.
Really?
And you want to tandem with us?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like that matters, Chad.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm used to getting run into, so it's totally fine.
Just hit us.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I can't see anything. This Fig Newton stickers sure is dangerous, but no,
I'm telling you, going over that hill on South Course.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you really
That's
can't
got to
see
be
where you're going.
terrifying.
Wow.
No, it's so much fun.
I bet.
That's great.
Yeah, we can't see normally, so I couldn't even imagine being down that low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
We got to get you situated. I want to see you set up. Yeah, I think that'll help out. I mean, you're doing great. You're a great driver already, but I think it'd be really cool to see you like super comfortable too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, that's cool. Speaking of those boots, though, let's talk about your goth stuff.
Are they made for walking?
They are not made for walking. They're made for kicking some shit. It's almost like out of some like Skyrim shit, which I love. The goth style and your goth like fashions and stuff that you did, has it always been like a thing with you, or is that just something? Yeah, you just always like that style because it's like it's punk.
Middle school.
Yeah, it's like punk rock. You know what I mean? Like even though it's goth, it still has that like punk feel to it too, which makes sense about your punk bands and stuff. Also, you need to send me recordings of that because I want to hear your punk band. Do you have any?
I do. I have it on not SoundCloud. Yeah, SoundCloud.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to hear that.
Oh,
I need to hear that. I love that shit.
We weren't bad. We weren't bad. The vocals were a little but
we listened to some of my raps on here, so we can listen to some.
We did.
I want to hear some of that.
Shit.
Oh, I put James. I put James. No, it's not saved. I put James on blast.
Fuck.
Yeah, we found this video of him like when he was like 12 or something rapping on YouTube.
Incredible.
Oh,
It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have it anymore, but yeah.
So good. So good.
Do I have it? I don't. Yeah, that was really funny. We have way too much fun here. Any questions in the chat for her? So almost everything that got asked, we went over. So people were asking a lot about, your history, a lot about the futurist stuff, which is cool. What you're doing with DK Ladies League. Yeah, we went over pretty much everything. So we'll give a little bit of time here. Anybody in the chat that's still here, 32 of you stuck with for almost 3 hours, which is super fucking cool. And I think
crazy.
one of our better, guest live pods, which is really, really good. What's the 5-year plan for drifting? Ooh, I like that. That's a good question. That comes from, I missed it. Boom. That's from Twitch. Hey, we're on
Twitch. That's nuts.
Hell yeah. 5-year plan.
5-year plan. All right. For me personally, get back out there in the FRS this year. And then by 5 years, I really, really want to do like a first gen RX-7 drift build. I know that's ridiculous.
Oh,
That'd be cool,
but
though.
I would really like to I just want to do something crazy and then take all my welding and like bodywork and everything skills and then just be like, fuck you guys. This is sick.
Yeah, so, do it up. That'd be sick. Yeah. I love different drift cars for sure.
And,
stuff you don't see.
Go back to Japan. And I think I just want to get like a stock FRS in Japan. Like screw all these like power cars and stuff. I just want something like I know how to drive, simple, and I just want to go back. That's it.
Yeah. Now, do you want to go back to Ibisu or do you want to go? Okay, because I know like I want to hit all the other tracks around.
Like Nico and
Nico's like a
Top on my
bucket
list.
list. Yeah. Bihoku, of course. Like some of those tracks, like I've always wanted to hit. But Ibisu looks really, really cool. That's just like feels like it's its own full thing. Oh, she's distracted. I love it. What are you looking at?
sorry.
She's reading the-
No,
she's
I
reading
was-
the chat. It's great.
I was looking
Like,
at the chat and it
mo-
said first gen yellow.
most of the time people come on here, they don't look at the chat at all. And it's great because I can see like every once in a while she's reading and she'll respond to it. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Nobody else does that.
We have another question from Shay. Is that am I right with that? Shay? Yes. Can we talk about how shockingly reliable the stock FA20 is, though I'm still impressed with it.
Over 100 events on that engine. Over 100.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. Sounds like a Miata.
I'm probably gonna have Kinetic work on it before I go back out there because I'm leaking like between the two pieces of the head.
Okay.
Bad on my
Oh,
exhaust.
really?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Sounds like she doesn't have an SR20.
But you know
Heyo.
what? She
But you
drives more
could.
than any SR20 owner.
That's right. That's the point I
But-
was getting to.
But is
But
the
what, James?
experience as fun? You know what I mean? Like
Catching your car
I'm
on fire?
I'm not even
does
gonna
sound
fight
pretty
with that.
cool.
I'm a hanger outer.
I'm a
Right?
hanger outer.
I want my shit to sound good for all 3 laps I'll get, and I'm good.
then you're good. Then it's Miller Lite and hanging out.
That's right.
Any events that you're looking forward to driving? Rio's asking.
I am really looking forward to driving back at Club Loose. I'd like to do their summer moves before the DK Ladies event, and so those guys like help out running the event, so it would be nice to like drive with the girls for that one.
Yeah. Do you find that a lot when you do these events that you're just like kind of stuck running it the whole time?
It's not so much that it's like I make that choice and I'm like I want everyone to like progress so bad, and like then you're just like running around and jumping in people's cars, and then you're like, oh wow, yeah, I just pretty much threw like a giant party for everybody else.
Yeah. Yep. It's rough. You feel like it's a responsibility though. Coordinating is like wild because it's like, you want everything to go smooth and you really want people to be happy with the, the experience that you're bringing them, and you feel obligated to do that. But then you're like, fuck, I also want to have fun. Nevin's asking, what do you think the better platform for a beginner, FRS or 350Z? So, have you driven many Zs? Have you gotten some Zs?
I've driven a few.
I know a lot of girls have a bunch of Zs.
Honestly, I would say a Z as much
Would
as
you?
I hate. Yeah, because the FRS like stock is very snappy. It doesn't have a lot of angle. You do have to do a couple things to it. I see a lot of people getting really frustrated with how
Okay.
those cars drive.
Yeah.
And then they get frustrated. I was the same way. I was like really frustrated with
Mhm.
myself as a driver in the FRS until I finally got the angle kit for it.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, the Z seems like it's just like an out of the box, ready to go platform. I mean, I loved mine. I couldn't spin out. Like it was disgusting. But I've only driven one FRS, and the electric steering was very weird for me to get used to. I hear they make a shit ton of like mods though for them now to like convert and do all sorts of other cool stuff. I'm starting to like the styling of them a lot more though, which is really funny. When they first came out, I was like, meh, not a fan. Now I'm like, yo, I want to hook one of these up. Like they
love
really
them. And they're cheap.
Yeah,
They're
they
not
grew on me.
super like unaffordable yet.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I say if you
thought
want to
about it.
be cool, get an FRS B or Z. If
Bang.
you want to like, rip right off the bat and like look cool, make smoke and stuff, get a 350Z. But like,
Mhm.
you want to be a driver, 86.
Yeah.
I agree
4AG 86 is what you need. If you want to hate your life but learn how to drive the best. That's funny. Here's a really cool comment. Joshua Deal. My girlfriend started drifting at Drift Kitchen last year. It was very helpful to get her started. Do you plan on bringing some workshops and events to the Northeast area? And if so, what track? So we did talk about this earlier, but just for the others coming in, yeah, let's throw it out.
So our first event's going to be at Thompson on May 18th, which will be a clinic. And then we have another clinic at Englishtown Raceway Park on August 11th. And then finally, we have another clinic at Thompson Speedway on September 14th. So those are going to be the 3 drifting clinics in the Northeast. And then we do have the wifey material workshops, which the next few we still have to schedule, but we're going to be announcing dates pretty soon for those.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And somebody's asking, do you have your makeup and motors, which I like that. This is wait, I've seen this car before. She's part of your yeah. This car's sick. I don't know if did we roast that? No, we did not.
No.
It's really sick. It's a good build. But anyway, do you have any plans for starting your own fabrication company? We kind of talked about that. That's your ultimate goal, right? Is to, once you're through welding and going nuts, is to be doing your own fab stuff. Are you going to have some kind of like fun name that you name all your stuff very fun? So I could only imagine what you would name that.
So like right now, like as I'm kind of getting started, and like I do want to do like seat rails and stuff like that for short girls. Sky should do them for tall
That'd
girls.
be cool. Yeah, hell yeah.
So like I'm calling myself Weird Girl Auto Fab.
Weird Girl Auto Fab. And she froze.
Yeah.
You froze.
Oh, that's a perfect picture.
You froze at the perfect picture too.
Somebody video clip that needs to be heard.
I don't even want to know.
No, it was cute. It was cute. That's so funny.
And then if eventually, so I'd really like to do like an all-girl auto shop, like where we're doing like fab stuff and like the drift car thing, but then like we're also doing like regular maintenance stuff and like really trying to like help women that might otherwise go to a dealership and get screwed over, and then have our courses and stuff. So it would be cool to do something like that. Yeah,
that's sick. Yeah, I feel like that's a good market for the custom seat rail stuff to, like, honestly, that sounds like something you should. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but sounds like a really good idea, because you from experience, if you start fabbing those up, you could probably do pretty good and help out. Like, there's a lot of short girls and
James could use them.
There's a lot of short guys. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's not a lot of like options. You know what I mean? When it comes to that, it's usually just like, you have to fab it. Here's a seat rail that bolts this to this. That's it. And then you have to go there. But like me, I'm lazy as shit. So if I can buy something that just works better for my situation, I'm all about it. So that would be really, really cool. Yeah. Hell yeah. You got a lot of support in the chat, which is really, really cool to see. You got a lot of support, just, in general, which is really, really cool to see. Anything you need in the future, like, we'll be here. We can spread the word. If you have really cool stuff coming up, make sure that you don't, hesitate to reach out. We love spreading the word. We've made a lot of really cool friends doing this silly fucking podcast. Like, it's really neat. We have literally just people just supportive, it's just a very big supportive community. Once they get past that we're a bunch of douchebags,
it really long to figure it out. You really got to keep grinding away until you get to the real part.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry if I started like blabbing. I haven't smoked weed in 2 days, so I'm like, oh. I can't anymore. I want to be a pipe fitter, and they
you got to union stuff. Never mind.
Done. I'm done.
That shit for a little while.
Is that a lot of testing, like nonstop?
Yeah.
Do they test a lot?
And,
okay.
Yeah, and I just really want to like be good for that, because that's like a big girl job,
Yeah. No, that's cool. I see you doing big things. So the big girl job's just part of that. Fuck yeah. Do you have anything that you want to plug, that you want to talk about?
Yo, I got rapid fire questions. Hold on. Before you go on to the what do you want to plug?
Let's go, bro. Rapid fire then.
I got a couple, but Brian actually called me out for writing them down like during the middle of the podcast. So he sent me about 200 more.
Oh my.
So we're only gonna get a couple here.
Yeah. I did. So the one thing is, so Alexis goes to bed at like 8 o'clock, right? Is that
Yeah,
your
me
normal
too.
bedtime?
7, man.
7.
I was in
So,
bed at 7 last night.
so
Oh
I
my
looked
God,
at
like-
2:52, like we've been on for 2 hours and 52
Yeah.
minutes, and I felt really bad because I don't want her, but at the same time, hey, like C4.
fine.
She's not going to be in bed till like 8 in the morning. Like she's just going to pass out at 8 in the morning tomorrow. And I did have one thing too that go ahead, James.
No. Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay. What's your favorite wheel?
Oh.
Oof. Like specifically for my car or like
I don't give a shit. Pick one.
general.
Rapid fire too.
Rapid fire. That is so hard.
Techno Phantom.
A night out or a night in?
This is like dating game stuff. A night out or a night in? That's actually a pretty cool question. I like that. Are you an introvert? Same.
What's
I would
the
do that.
cringiest thing you did as a teenager? I swear to God, I'm not just making this stuff up.
Wait, is this all? This is in the chat? Look at James dive. Oh my God!
Holy fuck!
The what?
Is this all Brian? Oh God.
Oh
He's
my God.
ridiculous.
Talk about not having a life.
You don't have to answer that. I didn't even. Oh my God.
He's crying. James is crying. Oh.
That's a good question, though. The cringiest thing you did as a teenager? Ooh, that's a good one.
Cringy or crazy? Cringy or crazy?
It was cringiest. Yeah.
James is actually crying.
Okay, I got it. All right.
Oh no, she has something.
What?
I got out of the shower, right? And like I had to walk by the computer room to like get to my room. And I walked by the computer room like wrapped up in a towel, and I just see my mom turn to me, and behind her is my Vampire Freaks account. Vampire Freaks was like Facebook for like weirdos.
Yep. That's awesome.
And it's like a picture of me with like all this fucking makeup down my face, and it's like, my name is Asphyxia. I'm a vampire and a witch.
Fuck yes.
Oh my God.
I like where this is going. Is this where we start the Pile Up podcast after hours?
Yeah,
is that what? Because we do that almost all the
She
time.
has to answer all the 267 questions before she go to sleep.
She's gonna be miserable. She's gonna have nightmares tonight. That's really funny.
Jesus Christ!
I have
Oh my God.
Speaking of Kim had a comment since we brought her up, and she's a mutual friend of ours, and she just said,
That's her bedtime.
no, this is earlier. She sent it in the chat, and she just said, and it's not really a comment, more of a hot take, I guess. Can she confirm if the reason her boobs don't hurt her is because she has short but strong spine?
My God.
What a question.
Fucking Kim.
Kim's the best. She's so funny.
Fucking Kim. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah. It is because I have a very short back. I'm very proportionate. So yeah, that would be why. But my back always hurts. So
Aw. No, that's funny.
James, didn't you want to bring up Adam LZ?
Oh,
I did want to
yes.
ask this because I don't remember.
Yes.
I don't remember many things in life, right? But I remember very specific things that don't mean anything. Maybe that's gonna be mean now when I ask the question, right? But we were at Formula Drift, New Jersey. Was that 2 years ago? 22?
Yeah. Yep.
I specifically remember, well, in general, just walking around, Chad and Skylar and me asking people if they were there for LZ.
He was being a dick.
That was
Is
the
what
whole
was what
question.
we were
Just
doing.
being an asshole. Just like, hey, you here for Adam LZ? I specifically remember going to a Drift Kitchen tent, being like, hey, you guys here for LZ?
Did you get anything?
I don't know. I went back and looked through my videos, but
You couldn't
I
find it?
deleted all of them. Like I
Aw.
just have pictures from that day. I don't have any.
That's so
videos.
upsetting.
Yeah, that is pretty upsetting. I hope you could find that. That would have been
Yeah.
awesome.
I looked.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I'm
the
there
day
for-
that
I'm there for Turk, New
you,
Hampshire. Sorry.
Was there for LZ?
Oh.
Jimmy
You know
Oaks
what-
was there for LZ.
he
He
definitely
And he said he
definitely
was there for
was.
LZ.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
LXZs were there for LZ.
That's
as
pretty
well.
funny. Yeah, you
That's
guys should have
pretty
made
fucking lit.
that like a thing.
Dude, it's so good. We gotta do
Yeah.
it again. We
That's
have
so
to.
funny. Did you like almost get punched in the face then too, right,
Yeah!
James? Yeah.
He has to come with an Adam LZ shirt if he was there for LZ.
Nobody ever almost punched me. Nobody even thought
No,
about
he
fighting.
got real snippy though. He was not like he didn't take kindly to your jokes. Put it that way.
Most people don't.
That's pretty funny.
That's true. No one likes your jokes.
I like this one. If you were to kick down Chad's door, would you use your left foot or right foot?
Left
my
foot,
God.
100% left
Oh,
foot. That
God.
clutch
you-
kick foot. Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that. Are you a lefty or not?
Left-handed. Yeah.
Are you? Okay,
Yep.
no way. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I'm learning
Anyway,
so much.
let's get back to, do you have anything you want to plug? I want to make sure
There we
that
go, I'm sorry.
you got some really cool stuff besides, the 200 questions that are going to be ridiculous from Brian. Brian, can you post those please on Instagram and
I
tag
will
us?
send them.
Okay, good.
I have
Yeah.
all of them.
Alexis,
Can't send them anymore.
our friends are fucking awesome and also idiots. So welcome to the Pilot Podcast. Yeah, do you got anything to plug though? Anything coming up, that you want to shout out? Just any shout outs?
Shout out to Wifey Material Events, Julia and Sky. Love you guys.
Nice.
Shout out to Kim, even though she's gotta go there. With her amazing artwork. She's literally been doing artwork for all of everything that
I was going to ask.
I've been doing since we were kids.
Oh, it's so cool.
We met each other in driver's ed, by the way. So
I did actually not know that you girls knew each other that long. That's crazy. That's really cool.
Shout out to Manchester Community College and my instructor Sarah, as well as Mr. Hannah and Mr. Shabbat and Mr. Winter, because they're amazing people. And shout out to all the ladies that are supporting DK Ladies League and everything that I'm doing. Keep driving, keep drifting, keep being you, and don't give up on anything.
Fuck yeah. I like that. I love positive messages.
This is a positive podcast.
This is a
we're
very
fucking
positive
Fuck you for
podcast.
sad.
If you're
shout out
sad,
to my haters. Fuck you.
yeah, there you go. That's right. She gets it. Fuck everybody. No.
Yeah. Some days I feel like that.
Yeah, right. Sick. So thank you for spending the time with us. Thank you for not going to sleep and coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks. This was a blast.
It was a blast. And it means a lot because I know how that sleep schedule is. You know what I mean? It's
So good.
yeah. Thank you so
It
much.
was worth it. It was worth it. You guys are really awesome, and I really appreciate you giving me the chance to, talk about some stuff.
Yep. So, one of the main things that we really hope to achieve with this is not only to world domination, but mainly to spread awareness in the diversity that is, of course, drifting, and to make a bunch of new friends and just send even though we're such idiots, it is kind of about community and spreading that community vibe. You know what I mean? So getting you on is something that I had in the books for, a long time, and you were requested. It's cool. I put a feeler out hey, who should we have on? And you were requested a bunch. And it was really easy since you were a friend of mine already to just pop you in. You know what I mean? That's really nice. But yeah, we just want to spread the awareness too of things, it's important that we try to give media a bunch of opportunities to get their stuff spread and their workout, and any coordinator or anybody that's doing something in the community that's helping, we just want to make sure that people are aware of it and it could possibly help or inspire many. So that's why we're doing this. So yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time. It means a lot. So yeah, anything else you want to say, sing, do? You want James to do something weird?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I take requests.
He was twerking.
Honestly, before I go, I'd really, really like to see Chad kick down his door.
Yes. What the fuck, Chad?
Come on. This is bullshit. This is
That's all
rigged.
she wants.
That's so funny.
This is rigged.
You're the best guest.
I don't even know where that comes from, but we're just going with it.
It's perfect. You don't have to know. You just have to get on board with the kick the door.
I'm going to watch every single episode of you guys while I'm at work
Oh, that's
until
funny.
that door gets kicked down. After that,
See?
all bets are off.
Yeah. Fuck Chad's door. It's funny
Right.
because I went back to like I was making like clips of the show, and I started like I never really watch our show. You know, once it's recorded, it's done unless I have to edit it. But I watched one of them to start stealing clips, and I saw where it came from, and then I ended up writing it down. So when we had our recap of the year or whatever, which was really
great.
funny, I saw the very first episode of where Chad mentions breaking down his door, and the legacy has fucking started.
I know.
Can't wait
It's
to
it's
remember
crazy
how
how
that
the
started.
stupidest shit you could say just sticks with you
Yep.
forever.
Now we have stickers. We have T-shirts coming with "Fuck Chad's door." It's so good.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, you'll do it eventually because we're going to influence the shit out of you. But anyway, we've stolen enough of your time. We roll credits, and then we stick around just to talk in the back room. So we will be back. So we'll see you in the green room. But
right.
yeah, everybody in the chat, thanks for hanging out. That means a lot. And next week we're going to be doing a pod based off of Special Stage South. Looks like we got some really cool final bout exclusive pit walks, and we're going to have Mac come on and talk about his experience down there. So that'll be really cool. So he'll bring some footage, and then we'll still play games. I got a whole bunch of weird shit coming up. So, the normal. I'm still going to play this though, even though, I'm not going to play it.
Don't. I know what's coming. Don't do it. Just end it.
I won't do it. I'll end it. I'm sorry. But either way, yeah. Thank you, everybody. And we will talk to you later. I don't remember how to end it. So where's the ending?
We're going to start scrolling through Brian's questions while you're on it.
Do it.
Oh my God, there's so many.
There's so many.
This is
hold your phone still.
This is 2 pictures. This is 3, 4.
Incredible.
5. All right, 5. 5 full. What the fuck is happening?
Hi, welcome to the Pile Up Podcast After Hours. This is where we get really, really fucking weird, and James takes his shirt off, Chad kicks through his door, and Alexis, I don't know what she's going to do. You never fucking know, so let's, we got to be careful. But anyway, Oh,
well, here I am. The door's still standing.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
All right, we'll actually end it this time, I guess.
Yeah,
Usually we
guess.
get pretty shitty, but it's been 3 hours.
I am tired.
3:05. Alexis, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to actually end the stream now. I like to do it Soprano style where I'm still talking and it just ends. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like blah, blah, blah.